Good morning. It's 7 a.m. on Tuesday, December 27th. Your government taco forecast in Baton Rouge. Expect clear skies with a high of 58. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of Weekend Winners at 8 a.m. and Nick Underhill of New Orleans Football joins the show at 9 a.m. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 1 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, Peter said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, everyone? Welcome in Tuesday, December 27, 2022, as we dive back into the real world. Hope everybody had a wonderful holiday weekend. I know travel stuff has been absolutely insane all around the country, so hopefully you and yours weren't too affected by it. If you were, I'm sorry. That sucks, and hoping that you managed to make the best of a bad situation. Fantastic Christmas, though. Missed y'all over the past few days. A lot of great sports going on. I'm not going to lie, I don't know that I was super tuned in the entire time. I did watch the rock fight up there in Cleveland in the literal frozen earth that took place. Just a fantastically old school feeling football day with these. It felt to me, Jake, like a very odd juxtaposition watching that Saints game where, like I said, it all felt very old school, from the weather to it being in Cleveland, just how frozen it was, but juxtaposed with like modern NFL uniforms, modern NFL announcers, and it just felt very odd. But a great win for the New Orleans Saints. Very tough win, gritty win nonetheless. Pelicans had a great holiday weekend. Mar, we got to be excited about that. From losers of 4 in a row to now winners of 3 in a row. Jake, I thought about you because, again, I got to be honest. I didn't watch the Pelicans game. That's on me. Hand up, left hand up. That's on me. We had a Jackson Hayes game.
We did.
We had a Jackson Hayes game. After all, I feel like you mentioned Jackson Hayes more than anybody.
Yeah.
And here we finally had a Jackson Hayes game.
Yeah, because he wasn't playing, and it wasn't even a slight at him, but he wasn't. He wasn't part of the rotation. Like, he was not playing at all. He wasn't, like, at the end of the bench getting 5 minutes. He just was not playing, and then because of injuries, and you had Larry Nance who was banged up, and you had a couple of injuries where he had to play. And when he had to play, he stepped up, and he got him into overtime the other night, and then he's continuing now to flash. And he's done that really his entire career. Like, he's shown flashes. Like, when he gets in there, it's not enough. It's not consistent enough maybe to get him the minutes that you think he'll get. But, look, if he can continue to do that, maybe that's why they keep him. Because we were talking about, like, if he's at the end of the bench, he's still got some value. Why don't you maybe move him for something else that you need? And I think that's why they keep him, because when they call upon him, he does tend to show up.
Yeah, well, and they're having to go deep into that bench right now as well. It has not been the best on the availability front, but the Pelicans have made the best of it, which is something that they've actually done all year long. I don't want to hear any injury excuses. Pelicans have had it all year. They've overcome every single one they've had. Mars, you nodding your head vigorously. How much impact did this 3-game winning streak have on your Christmas?
Oh, it was good, man. Definitely made it better. You had a Jackson Hayes game, and you had a Najee Marshall game last night.
That's right. I heard. I saw Twitter exploding with Najee.
Yeah, shout out.
That's excellent, man.
22 points. So no matter what injuries have occurred, the Pelicans have persevered. I think they're now 4-1 when BI and Zion don't play. So you love to see it. Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
Listen to their starting lineup last night. It was Najee Marshall. It was Jackson Hayes, Jose Alvarado, CJ, obviously, and Valanciunas was in there.
And they beat the Pacers by 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
113.
1993, yeah.
Yeah, that's 20, yeah, it's like 20 points. Damn. Okay.
We were agreeing. We were just giving you the score to let you know.
There we go, dude. What about
exactly how it went?
So, excellent weekend for the Pelicans. Nice weekend for the Saints. Nice local sports week. And college basketball is about to crank up here around the corner. Finally out of preseason play, heading to conference play. The men's beginning schedule looks very tough as nearly every team is ranked. The women here in a couple of days going to have to go to Bud Walton Arena and take on a ranked Arkansas team and see what's going on. Daniel, what's up, man? How was your Christmas?
Christmas is great. Got to spend time with family. Glad to be back with the boys.
Yeah, it feels good to be back with the boys. I'm not going to lie. Like, starting the show today, you never quite know how it's going to feel some days. It feels really good. It felt like putting on an old comfortable sweater or something. Also, my voice, fingers crossed here, boys. Voice feels pretty good, right?
You gave it a rest.
It sounds good. I know, right? A few days off, a few days of not talking.
Yeah.
Didn't do much talking at home over the weekend too much. Very good time. Mario, don't hide that light under a bushel. Take it out. Show the boys. Look at my guy. Look at those little Christmas presents right here. Little gold chain. If you're watching on YouTube, Mario's got a fresh, fly new watch. He's got the gold chain on.
Yeah,
I got some new sneaks on. I got some
new blazers.
New black blazers. I haven't worn black shoes in a while. I'm intrigued to see how it's going to go. You got anything that you like for Christmas?
I got a hat. This hat's new.
That's a nice hat. Hell yeah.
Nice hat, Got some shoes, got some different stuff. I mean, nobody's going to be able to beat Gold Chain Mario now.
I know. He's evolving.
I'm proud of him. You're the only one now in the room.
We get him some Lulu khakis, and he's going to be.
Yeah, Lulu khakis and Mario's.
He's going to be popping off, son.
Yeah.
He's going to be popping off
and,
like a new man.
Lulu khakis, maybe some hair product.
Yeah.
The gold chain's already there.
We got
him moving in the right direction.
But surely. Danny, what about you? You get anything that you like for Christmas?
Yeah, a bunch of stuff.
Hell yeah, dude. That's cool.
Oh, wow.
I got, Dan, are you the baby of the family?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, there you go. I did get a lot of sweet new, I got an expansion to that Lord of the Rings board game, but the main thing is I got a bunch of sweet new miniatures, boys. I am now the official owner of a Balrog and a Gandalf miniature, which, oh my God.
Who got that for you?
I cannot wait to paint. I bought that for me. Shout out Gamers Paradise. I went into Gamers Paradise and bought that for me before Christmas so that I could look at it all through Christmas.
Okay. I was like,
yes.
Because whoever was in charge of that from your family, well done, because I'm sure that can be very confusing and maybe hard to identify exactly the miniature that you wanted. And so I was going to give them major props, but no. You deserve the props.
The only thing
you
I asked for was
yourself.
books, and then I bought myself a wet palette to paint with, which is great, actually. If anybody likes painting minis, you need to invest in a wet palette. It's fantastic. And then, and then I bought that for myself. But then, that's what you do when you get to be an adult, right? It's like, granted, okay, I could buy that any time of the year, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Christmas is the excuse to justify it.
Right.
It's the guilt-free, I'm going to treat myself, and nobody can come at me because whatever, it's my money. All right, look, that's all very fun, all very well and good. I hope we're just catching up with the boys here, a little cash talk. Hope everybody out there had a fantastic Christmas as well. Like I said at the open, I'm here in about a minute. I want to go to break, and then I want to come back. We're going to dive deep in on this Saints game, kind of recapping and where everything stands now. Jake, are your Christmas decorations still up?
Oh yeah, hell, it's only the 27th.
Bro, I was stripping things down yesterday. Had to take advantage of the day off. I feel very accomplished. I feel like a weight is off my shoulders.
Yeah, but you do a lot, though.
It hurt painfully. It took about 5 hours.
Yeah, I have some bush lights and a tree.
Oh, okay. That's not bad. So you're not looking at like a super hefty cleanup.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, but we're already good. We're already de-Christmasified. We are on to New Year's in the long dark of January. Be kind of fun show, though, later in the week, talking about what we're most looking forward to in New Year's. All right, look, let's do this. Let's go to break, and when we get back, we're going to dive deep on Saints-Browns. Saints winners up there in the second coldest Cleveland Brown home game, regular season game, in their franchise history. Gritty win. More on it next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go to All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com. We love our friends over there at All-Star. Great deals going on constantly, man. If you need to buy new, you need to buy used, Toyota certified used vehicle, where you still get that excellent Toyota warranty. Or if you just need to rent per day. You got a Disney trip on the horizon, which your boy does. You want to rent like a minivan from All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. Cheaper per day rental price to traditional rental companies. Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Yeah, if you're one of the millions that got stuck because there's no airplanes in the air right now, go rent a Toyota. Maybe you have to drive. Maybe it's the only option that you have, where you're going to have many options of vehicles to choose from once you go over to All-Star. Rent a Toyota today. Per day rental prices. The full fleet is available, so check that out. And remember, even if you need it for 6 hours, you can have it for 6 hours. You can have it for 6 days. Whatever, they'll meet your needs over there at All-Star. AllStarToyotaForBatonRouge.com.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $10,000 off MSRP on all new 2022 Black Widow Jeep Gladiators in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
3 people walk into a bar. The first 2 order the same old margs. The third, Nuevo Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer, crafted with real lime juice and a crisp tequila flavor. Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big V and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Service Mastery Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Mastery Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Mastery Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret, the best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar.
Me, Jimmy Out and Mike Delicano for the Tuesday edition of Game Time presented by Bet Rivers. We're at Dozy Place on Government Street in the heart of Mid-City. Game Time presented by Bet Rivers, 6 to 8 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Emil McLeod says, long dark of January, it's carnival season. No darkness there. I mean, I know it technically is carnival season, but you're thinking about January?
I think February.
As being carnival? That's what I'm saying. I think of February. It's Mardi Gras, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, anybody else who's in Disney World, Mardi Gras, come holler at your boy, Epcot Beers, okay? Find me in Mumbai. I'll be in the back dancing. I will not be in Cleveland. And I'm very thankful that I was not in Cleveland.
No. No one should ever willingly go to Cleveland.
Well, and especially not.
Unless you're like going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which you can see it on YouTube.
My wife really liked Cleveland one time she went.
We've had this conversation in studio before.
Yeah, I don't
remember how it got brought up. And look, my experience in Cleveland was much like the Saints' experience in Cleveland, so maybe that's why I'm so bitter.
Well, it was bitterly cold.
Yes,
as at kickoff, it was 6 degrees, minus 16 with the wind chill. And I got to say,
that's wild.
Shame on you, Cleveland Browns. How are you going to lose to a Southern Dome team that practices in 80 to 100 degree weather in October? How are you going to lose a minus 16 game to that team? Like, that's just a toughness issue at a certain point. You that cold, that freeze, you should be like Russia. That's your greatest ally. When an invading force comes, a ground force comes during the deep dark of winter, they are supposed to starve at your gates, and yet you let them come in there and you let them beat you up, beat you in a rock fight. And I got a ton of thoughts on this game. I mean, the Taysom package is perfect for this game, right? I mean, you want to talk about power football, putting Taysom Hill back there, the shifting with him and Kamara, where one guy lines up at quarterback, then the other guy, then they shift over, the other guy lines up at quarterback. Thought Pete Carmichael was in his bag.
Oh, we got
Danny.
to disagree there.
You don't think he made good calls?
Dude, he waited until like 2 or 3 minutes left in the first half before it became a thing.
Oh, you think it took him too long?
It took him too long to get there. Once they got there, that's what. Yeah, that. If there's ever a Taysom Hill game, it's that game
exactly
right there. And I'm like, where is he? Like, what is going on? And then like he get in there, run for 7 yards, and then he disappear. I'm like, he's in witness protection. What? Like, where is he at? And then like it made no rhyme or reason. And then like with like 2 minutes left in the game, it's just
when he got there though, he did stick there. Like, Stefanski felt like he even held off going full run until it was too late.
And he should have ran it every play.
I know. They were getting like 7-8 yards of
Like,
carry.
what are these two coaches doing? I really, that's the only thing. Like once they got there, I liked the play design tee, but it just took them far too long to get there.
Okay, well, you know what they say. What is it? In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. Well, Pete Carmichael's one eye was better than Kevin Stefanski's 2 blind eyes, as he got there slightly faster than Stefanski did, and it ends up. I mean, Jake, I wanted to ask you about this. It looked like, I mean, it just looked so miserable. It looked like it's like a Super Mario Ice level, like guys like slipping around. The ball looked like they were throwing a rock.
Yeah,
like the way that it would skip off of players' hands. The wind, like when that ball hits Kirkwood in the helmet, because obviously that's an NFL athlete whose subconscious brain is trained to do catch physics at an elite speed and know exactly what the ball's going to do, where it's going to end up, and get his hands there. And it hit this man in the helmet because of how odd of a trajectory it ended up taking with the wind. I mean, what's it like to play in a game like that?
It's miserable. I mean, just because it's so much different than what you've done in the past, and you can prepare for it, you can try to get ready for it, but it's just so much different. In the field, obviously, it's hard to get your grip. You're slipping, you're sliding. It doesn't matter which cleats you wear. And sometimes like you'll wear those extra long spikes. Well, then you're changing your cleats because now cleats are the molded, right? They don't have the screw ends.
Wait, have we gone back to molded? I always wore molded. Have we gone back to molded? I thought I don't know. Is that like the new
ones are like, I mean, they're molded compared to like, the screw ends. Like
I
when we
remember
were
the
growing
screw ends.
up.
I never really wore them that much.
Well, in those type of games, the equipment managers like for you to wear like the good old like
yes, I remember my old man
long screw in cleats in it. So even that's different for you. I mean, sometimes they tell you to wear them when you probably shouldn't, and it can actually get you hurt. Trust me. But like in a game like that, like you just feel slow too. It's so cold.
It looked slow.
It did, and you have extra layers on, and it's just it's not a normal football game. And you're like, if I hit the ground, I'm going to be freezing for the rest of the game.
There were times in that game where, you did kind of question, like, does that person want to be there right now? Like, I think nobody was happier than them how much running the ball was going on. By the time second half started rolling, watching that clock, tick, tick, tick. It's like Andrews Pete gets carted off, and I wonder, like, in his heart of hearts, how upset is Andrews Pete right now?
Well, I mean,
he gets to go in the warm.
That's his second home.
Paid.
So
I'm just saying, get out of that cold weather. Probably not.
If you're not playing, I
thing.
can't even imagine how miserable that probably is. But sometimes you try to do too much, I guess is my point. Like you try to switch your cleats. You try to put on too many layers. And you just try to do things that are not normal. And so you don't feel normal. And it looks like it when you play. But credit to the Saints. I mean, like you said, being a dome team, being a Southern team, and going up there and handling the elements and finding a way to win a game. And kind of going back to our offensive conversation, if I'm mistaken, correct me in the chat, but I don't believe Taysom had his first run until there was 3 minutes and 24 seconds left in the first half.
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it was.
I did like a quick speed rewatch.
It was second and 3. I watched the whole game. In fact, my 6-year-old, after the rock fight that we were watching, he goes, "Dad, why are we watching this?" I said, "Well, Memphis, we have to."
Memphis is this is men's football. This is the glory days of football. No, I watched. I did like the condensed version last night because the first time I was at Superior watching. A little Chris Steve Mixon does hit. So I love this quote from Alvin Kamara after the game. He says, "Quote: That was the coldest game in Saints history." Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that's some BS. But he said the word. Didn't like being a part of that. I agree, Kamara. Keeping it real, I don't think I would like to be a part of that. How about this too? You look up. It's just the same old Browns, man. 6-9, last in the AFC North. Now, granted, Watson did flash at times here. He had 3 touchdowns dropped, like 2 game-tying touchdowns on the final drive, the one early on with Amari Cooper. So he probably played a bit better maybe than the stats say. But now he has not looked that good in the, 4 games that you've seen him. Browns last place in the AFC North. And I don't know, looking like maybe that Deshaun Watson investment going to be a bad one. Maybe not as bad as the Russell Wilson one, and he'll probably still end up being good. I mean, he's been out of football for a while, but I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, and you never know. He's had a long layoff. Who knows what he can eventually get back to? I mean, Russell Wilson, that's probably a deeper conversation than Deshaun Watson as far as on the field right now. But I'll tell you, this game for for really the entirety was that rock fight that you're talking about. I think I got into a longer discussion of how the Browns mascot became an elf and why that was on the middle of the field longer than anything that actually took place in the game.
Why did it?
I'll look it up. It's like there was a company that had Brownie the Elf, and they adopted Brownie the Elf as their mascot. And
is it old and brought back, or is this new and contrived? Okay.
Old and brought back.
That's always going to give it a little more legitimacy. I mean, they definitely did it too, right in the wake of all the Deshaun Watson signing, because it is something that people like. So it was something for people to talk about other than who they had just signed. Other thoughts from this game? We got to accept it, boys. Andy Dalton is the perfect bridge quarterback. He is not the long-term answer, right? He is not some sort of huge threat. Like, I don't think teams go to sleep worried at night about Andy Dalton. But you got to respect the numbers. The numbers are what the numbers are, and he elevates you. And I'm not even talking about specifically the numbers from Sunday's game, because whatever the numbers from or Saturday's game, because the numbers from that are just it was 6 degrees. But like since week 11, he's been on a bit of a heater here. I think in his games that he started this year, I want to say he has like the 7th best passer rating. I don't know. Yeah. The Cannon was over there on Chris, was just yelling a bunch of "I told you so"s in my ears about it.
Completion percentage since he became the starter in the NFL.
Yeah, since week 11, like first in the NFL. At least going into the game, he had like 70%.
He's 4th since he took over.
Yeah. So I mean, again, so it's not, and even yesterday had some great throws that guys dropped, which both sides did. but like he could have had he had some big plays. They were left on the field. And so as you look around the NFL and you look at how other bridge options worked out, be it like a Matt Ryan or just go down the list, you're kind of like, you know what? This makes sense. As you try to find the long-term answer of the future, this is about as good from a money to output standpoint. This is about as good of a deal as you can get.
Yeah, if you're going down the list, like
Danny,
you said.
I hope you're happy finally.
Mitchell Trubisky, like with the Steelers, that's a bridge quarterback. You mentioned Matt Ryan. I mean, they had to play Nick Foles last night.
Whoa, Nick Foles still in the league?
To my surprise.
Hell yeah, dude.
As well. Marcus Mariota, who's basically quit the team and walked away. The Panther situation's all over the place as well. I feel like I'm missing maybe a bridge option. But, Geno Smith's actually, I don't know what that is.
Okay, so Geno's even above Andy maybe.
Yeah, I don't know what that,
I
don't know what, because they don't have, like they have Drew Lock on their roster, but they have draft choices, obviously. Thanks to the Broncos, it's going to be a hell of a draft choice.
Geno's a bit more to me like maybe like what I thought Jameis was going to be.
Yeah.
Which is the reason why I had so much hope for Jameis is because I believed that he could be the long-term guy. I didn't think of him as just a bridge. Like I'm not making Andy Dalton into something that he's not. I had convinced myself that there was ample evidence that yes, Jameis had his struggles, but that there was ample evidence that he could still be elite. Like I thought he could still be a top 10 guy in the league every time. And look, maybe he still can. I don't know that I can sit here and say that I expect that. Like I maybe did. And obviously I love Jameis. We've talked about this. Everyone loves a comeback story. I wanted him to shove it in Tampa's face so that his function that he dealt with there. And maybe that still happens, right? Injuries did kind of upset the apple cart here, but Andy Dalton's cheaper and it's solid. And as you search the wilds for a new quarterback, it makes sense as the guy to kind of it feels very boring, but it doesn't feel actively bad. He does not drag your team down.
Yeah, it's like not like
some
you're
of these
trying to
other
tank.
quarterbacks do. Yes.
Yeah, it's not like you're out there putting like a product out there where you're like, we're trying to lose this game. Now, with some of the schematics of what they're doing, maybe that thought process kind of comes across your mind because again, like the game plan to me was
Wait,
clear
did you
and
just
obvious.
accuse the Saints of trying to
I mean,
tank
my
because of how
God.
bad the game plan was?
I'm like, you have a quarterback, whatever you want to call him, Swiss Army knife that is perfect for this game, and you're waiting until 3 minutes left in the half before he gets his first run. First carry, I think he breaks off an 11-yarder.
Yeah.
And then like continues to get positive yards the entire time. So that to me, that didn't make a whole lot of sense. But thankfully, the other coach across the sideline kind of had the same thought process with Nick Chubb, thankfully.
That Stefanski was even more mind-blowing. By the time he started running to run the ball, like the time was just against him.
Was it a 4th and 2 that they threw like a deep corner route?
Yes, dude.
Dude, you have one of the toughest short
best
yardage
run-blocking
backs.
O-lines, too.
Yes, in the NFL. And he's getting 7 yards a pop on this drive.
Yeah. But is Stefanski a good coach? Like,
that's true.
You know, like where's the evidence that tells us that he is? Here's kind of a weird thing. So we talk about how Andy Dalton's been really good lately, right? This is the 6th game in a row in which the Saints have not given up 20 points. So they've held their opponent to under 26 games. That is winning football. What has gone so wrong this year? What has gone so wrong? Is it just that like you're okay on both sides of the ball? Maybe it's just you're a bad team because things aren't lining up. Maybe it's critical errors washing away a lot of good overall body of work. But it is just kind of interesting to hear a statistic like that and think, how have you arrived to where you're at, where 6-9, but with the win, your playoff chances actually went down because Tampa won their game.
Yeah, gosh, it looked like Tampa was.
I know.
And you'd like to have, obviously, your Tampa game back. And when you look at the Saints, man, they just haven't found a way. And that's what we always talk about. It's so cliche, and it is. It's like good teams find a way and bad teams find a way as well. Because, like, you lost to Tampa early in the season by 10. Then you lose by 1 possession to Carolina, Minnesota, Cincinnati, Arizona,
These are all one possession?
All one possession. Now, Baltimore, obviously, 27-13. Pitt, 20-10. 13-0 versus San Fran. But then, again, you lose one possession game to Tampa Bay. So that's 4 games. If you just cut those and you split them in half, you're in the postseason right now.
Yeah, that's always one of the determining factors in the NFL. You call it luck. It's like anything else. It's a mixture of luck and skill. But how do you do in those games, right? Like some teams outperform the law of averages and they end up going to the playoffs, maybe being a bit better than their team actually was. And the Saints this year are kind of on the underside where they have performed below what you normally would in those games.
Yeah, I mean, the game that they lost to Tampa a couple of weeks ago, like there's no way that game should have been lost.
Yeah.
Right? That's a game that you have to find a way to end with more points when the clock hits 0-0. And you had it in your grasp for, 54 minutes of the game, and you can't close that out. And that's the difference between making the postseason and probably not.
Look, Caden Ellis, I thought, had some good plays. He flashed for sure. He continues to be a nice piece for the future. Juwan Johnson, I know he had the drop, but him and Raheed Shaheed. Raheed Shaheed, the only wide receiver to catch a ball yesterday, but they continue to play well. How about Eric Sorensen pick season, boys? Let's go. I got to be honest, a hand up.
You forgot?
No, I had no idea what Eric Sorensen looked like.
Whoa, you didn't? No. So you were in for a real surprise.
Bro, when he took off his helmet, Dan, I have a picture in the document.
You were in for a real surprise.
And this is bad radio because there is an actor that he looks like, and I can see the actor as clear as day in my mind's eye. I cannot place a movie that he's in, so I cannot give you all any point of reference. But he has like ice blue eyes. He normally plays some sort of bad guy, and he's got that same blonde hair. But no, Eric Sorensen.
Oh, yeah, the guy in Justified. He was in Walking Tall.
I think so.
Yeah, no, I know.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, dude, yes. We need to find his name and see if I'm correct. But, yeah, I had no idea that's what Eric Sorensen looked like. That balding, bleach blonde hair.
Yes, it's a weird combo. It is a unique combo. I shouldn't say weird. Weird's not.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a combination of youth and age, though. Not euthanasia, youth and age.
Neil McDonough, I believe, is the guy. You're thinking
that is, that is exactly what I'm thinking of. Neil McDonough. There you go. Danny, thanks for Sorensen pick. You're fine.
It's actually Daniel Sorensen.
What did I say, Eric Sorensen?
Yeah.
Who's Eric Sorensen? Oh, that's our boy.
D1 baseball.
Yeah, D1 baseball. My bad. Daniel Sorensen. Excuse me.
You knew what he meant.
That picture's all right, Danny. You got to get the picture from the game on Sunday when he took the helmet off.
It's even blonder.
But hey, suck it. Everybody hating on Daniel Sorensen, okay? Sorensen pick season in a game that you end up winning. Let's go, dude. I also have more like Amari Pooper written down here, which...
Do you know why?
Yeah, that was after he dropped the touchdown. Because he pooped the bed. That very hard, frozen bed. But that's it. The Saints win. In a season of bad, wins feel good. Okay? I don't want to be the Denver Broncos. I don't want to go full bad, especially when you don't even have a pick. If you had a first-round pick, maybe I would be. Yeah, there we go, dude. I mean, that looks like Neil McDonough, especially when he looks up, dude. But yeah, in a season of bad, like if you had a pick, maybe it'd be that weird thing where you're upset because you win this game, you make the draft worse, but you don't have one. Winning feels good. It's fun. And screw the Browns. They're really unlikable now. And I'm glad that they're 6-9 at the bottom of the AFC North.
So... God, I wish Tampa would have lost this game.
You want to do playoff picture when we get back? I just realized time. I got to go long. All right, I went long. When we get back, more OTB. Keep it locked.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to ITI Technical College, iticollege.edu, iticollege.edu. Local, family-owned trade school right here in Baton Rouge off of Airline Highway. Go visit the campus today. Beautiful lake out there. The facilities are excellent. You're going to train on scale models, 3D models, full-size models of the same equipment that you will later be working on in your career. So you want to get a career? You want to get that AOS degree in just 2 years? You want to be assisted in getting those jobs when you get out of school? ITI can set you on the path for a better life. ITI Technical College.
Give them a call today. Admissions 877-591-1070. And like we always tell you, I encourage you to call because you need to have a conversation with them. even if you have something going on full-time right now, you think there's no way I can get it done, that is just not the case. Day and night courses, going to take the same time period there. Friday's completely off. Give them a call today, iticollege.edu.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
My dad just really enjoyed his life, and he enjoyed smoking cigars and thought he was invincible. My stepdad quit smoking, and he really felt like he was in the clear. Sorry. I wish they would have been screened annually. It's not just you affect, it's your entire family.
For more information on Ochsner's free smoking cessation program and to see if you qualify for early lung screenings, visit ochsner.org/quit.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me.
Matt Moscona from all of us here at AFR. We're wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday season. We're going to take off for the long weekend and be back on Tuesday ready to talk for AFR 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN. The fact that he got the deadheads on his side is maybe his greatest accomplishment of his life.
Fair. And now they tour all the time. Some of the biggest arenas in the world.
Yeah. I think, did they just finish? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I want to say they're getting near the end of the maybe final tour. I don't know for sure. Zach Wilson inactive. Oof. Major. Cue the oof meme. Turned all the way up. That's rough. Jake, what were you going to tell us about the Saints playoff chances?
I'm watching these Zach Wilson highlights. Oh, lowlights.
Yeah, lowlights.
Highlights. So you still so you're 6-9. Obviously, the Panthers are 6-9. Now the Panthers win the tiebreak over New Orleans based on their head-to-head win percentage. Now Tampa Bay at 7-8 certainly is in the top spot of the NFC South, and you're looking at who they have left, and so they have Carolina and Atlanta. So you're trying to find a way for the Saints to get into the postseason. They need they need Tampa to lose their final 2 games.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, they have Carolina, the Saints do, in one of their final 2 games. But Carolina would still have to, let's see, if Carolina gets to 1-1 and they get, so you'd have to win your final 2. So you'd have to beat Philadelphia. Now, you don't know if Jalen Hurts
easy money.
is going to be back or not. Now, Gardner Minshew didn't play
If
bad.
the Cowboys
the
could do it, the Saints can do it. Okay.
So you get at Philly, and then you have Carolina. So not the craziest things in the world. Tampa's got to lose. You got to win out.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not really.
So Carolina doesn't even really Carolina factors into this because they play Tampa and you. But if they beat Tampa, what you need, and then you beat Carolina.
It's a credit to Carolina that they're even somehow relevant at this point, given what they have been through this football season. But yeah, like I said, I've made peace with that. I'm not really worried about these Saints playoff pictures. I am just enjoying this season. What in the
1998 is that graphic from?
Hell yeah, dude! This makes me feel good. This graphic right here, and if you're not watching, this is like a
old
Sports Center graphic.
Yes, that's an old ESPN looking graphic.
This reminds me of waking up in the morning and going and sitting down in front of the television, Sports Center on, while eating like a toaster strudel or a Pop-Tart. It feels very good. Danny, did you get this from ESPN News? Is that where this came from?
From Twitter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but where did they get it? This feels like ESPN News.
I forgot about ESPN News.
Don't sleep on ESPN News, Dan.
Well, I mean, it's still called that, but there's no actual ESPN News that's on it.
Yeah, the internet kind of probably did a number on the ESPN News concept, right? Which was to bring you all of the latest breaking news, but then there's Twitter, which can lead you astray. Because I saw that Russell Wilson got waived yesterday, and I fully believed it. I didn't even question it. Did not look up a second tweet to confirm it. Because I was like, yeah, that makes sense. It's like they got a new billionaire owner group. Like that Walmart group that just bought that team that's also tied in with Kroenke. I think it's like a Kroenke daughter. Like whatever. We are talking about, we're talking about American oligarchs. Like some of the rich, like if any, they could swallow the cost. So I was just like, okay, yeah, that's smart. They're business people. They're coming in here. This is sunken cost fallacy. We're going to ignore it. We're going to cut Wilson. They did not. They just fired Nathaniel Hackett, which we'll get into in a bit.
I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm just thinking about like firing a coach before he gets to his first year, and also thinking about you laid eyes on Russell Wilson. You saw the dynamic that he was bringing to your locker room, and then you gave him an extension.
Yeah, you didn't have to give that extension. You went out of your way. That's bad business. Is that John Elway?
No, he's no longer he's.
Okay, he's already out of the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad business.
I mean, Mr. Bolin obviously ran the team a certain way for a very, very long time, and now you have new ownership, and things are just they're handled differently.
Yeah, the Bolin. I can't remember exactly what it is. I think he had like one losing season in like the 40 or something that he owned the team. It was something incredible. Absurd. Just a premierly run NFL franchise. God, I love Lord of the Rings, dude. I can't wait to get my balls cut soon so I can watch it all weekend. Sorry, didn't mean to say that out loud. Let's go to break, and when we get back, we are going to close out hour number one.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All 3 extended editions, all weekend long. It's going to be excellent, dude. Go to Donaldsonville Glass and Body, dgbauto.com. Donaldsonville Glass and Body. We were down there in Dayville last weekend, man, at the old Grapevine, having some tasty food and fun times with the Frederick family. Our guy, Nick Frederick, looking jacked right now, Jay. I mean, meal planning, gymming it up. So if you call, remember, DG&B does 24/7 towing, okay? So if you call and you need 24/7 towing, no, you're going to get a little eye candy, okay? You get treated to the gun show when they show up to tow that car. And then you're going to go to the best, body shop, best best mechanic shop in the entire state. I'll put that on anything. I trust them. You will too. Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
Go to dgbauto.com, dgbauto.com. I mean, the gun show is in full effect when that tow truck pulls up. But no matter what you need, they are truly your one-stop shop for all your vehicles needs. Check them out online, DonaldsonvilleGlassandBody.com.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All Star Toyota today.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications. The powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution. A network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ATEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail.
Join me, Jimmy, out and Mike Delicano for the Tuesday edition of Game Time presented by Bet Rivers. We're at Dozy Place on Government Street in the heart of Mid-City. Game Time presented by Bet Rivers, 6 to 8 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
No, it's at my house. I ate part of it over the weekend. What? Brian Burgess, shout out. Great listener to the show. Left a pecan pie downstairs. He makes them every year. They're delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody took off for Christmas break. The pie was sitting there, so I took it home. I'll bring it in tomorrow.
Well,
I'm not bringing it in.
there was a refrigerator here. You could have placed it in the refrigerator, saved it for here Tuesday. You know what sounded really good with a nice cup of coffee? Some pecan pie.
Woo! It's good, too. He kills it, bro. He makes a good pecan pie.
Wow, you just took it upon yourself.
Yeah, with a little ice cream. Thing was hidden.
That's all right.
I got to give a huge shout out to my boy Cliff Nelson as well. He's a Cowboys fan, which is a major character flaw. But he did fry up a turkey the other day, which again was supposed to go to the show, but then we were out, and so he didn't want to bring it in. So I was like, just bring it over. And it was good fried turkey. Made a great gumbo for Christmas. So sorry, boys. I stole all the food made for the show.
Real foxhole move.
And chill out. Bring the pecan pie in tomorrow, okay?
Yeah.
Only ate a couple pieces. Only a couple pieces.
No, don't bring.
I was about to drive this turkey to everyone's house. I need it for the gumbo. I'm sorry.
Bring in your half-eaten ass pecan pie.
What are you talking about? It's not half-eaten. It's a quarter-eaten. Because I've been saving it specifically for you boys.
By tomorrow, it'll be half-eaten.
Likely. This is maybe the craziest stat that I've ever heard in my entire life, Jake. 1/8 of this year's NFL Pro Bowl roster, 11 of the 88 players went to Alabama.
Oh.
1/8 of the Pro Bowl went to Alabama. No other SEC school has more than 3. I'm guessing LSU might be at 3.
Yeah, Jamar, Jets, and Joe, I would assume.
Ohio State had 2. Clemson had 1. These MFers got 11 of the 88 up in there. Bro,
that's a
what?
wild number.
What? Nick Saban, you crazy. You know what I love now is that I don't feel like I can actually give like props where props are due because look, you're 2-2 against them in the last 4, right? Like we're Gucci. We're back. We're back. You know, no more fear of the empire, but damn, it is a well-oiled empire.
Yeah.
If you look at that recruiting class and now a stat like that, that's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, there's nothing that we could sit here and we could say about that. That's obviously elite. But I'll tell you what's not elite and who I'm starting to have a real problem with is Mac Jones.
I know, dude. And he was getting so much love before the season started.
Like
now, granted, look, situation.
Not
Make your point.
Not even like his play on the field's been mid for sure.
Oh, you talking about that cheap shot?
But yeah, and it was on Eli Apple, which okay, but like he's habitual now. Like he's tried to trip people.
Yep.
He's tried to turn an ankle.
Yep.
He goes and he just clips somebody for no reason, and I think he thinks he's protected because he's a quarterback. He looked like he was going to have to get his leg amputated when he had like a high ankle sprain going into the tunnel. That's a bad look
when
for
he's
me.
Like,
Man,
Paul Pearson it.
You better have to have your leg amputated if you make that face, not a high ankle sprain.
Also, Mac, where was that when that game was on the line, and you had a chance to tackle Chandler Jones? Like
that one, I forgot about that.
Why did you put more effort into a crackback below the knee cheap shot than you did an actual game-saving tackle attempt? I don't understand that at all, dude.
And when
Billy Mivey, shut the F up. Mac Jones better than 2. Get the hell out of here, bro.
When I found out his name was Michael McCorkle Jones.
Explains it all, doesn't it?
This man's name is McCorkle.
Yeah.
That's where the Mac comes from.
Yeah.
He looks like a McCorkle.
He does.
Bro, what do you like? You're going to try to cheap shot people, but you look like a you-know-what whenever the game was on the line?
Yeah, look at that. Oh, he just went spikes up trying to kick a guy in the nuts.
Man, Sir Joseph would have got a targeting call on Chandler Jones to try to tackle him.
Are they going to? You think some street justice is coming, Mac Jones?
Oh, it's coming.
I mean, it's tough to get him on the quarterback, so that's what you say. You think he's protected.
Look at this. There's no reason to do that.
That's bad.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. New year. A year older, a year wiser. But you could also be a year sexier with Rejuve Me Medical. Wherever you want to feel younger, better, get the improvements on your body that you seek, have more return on your workouts and everything else. Rejuve Me can provide you with a pathway to do so. Maybe it's HRT, maybe it's metabolization optimization. The point is they got multiple avenues to get you where you want to be. So go to Rejuve Me today. Go get that consultation. They're the best. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Yeah, you can go to the website like T said. You can get a consultation set up in the top right corner of the website. So many different conditions that they can help you out with. But if you're just not sure, if you want to have a conversation with someone, I always encourage you, pick up the phone, give them a call, talk it through with them. Let them know what you have going on. They're going to get you on a plan to help you out. That number is 225-230-4201 and always online at RejuveMeMedical.com.
Cornell Toyota in Opelousas is here to help you ring in the new year with no markups, and you'll never pay over MSRP. And we have new inventory arriving daily. So Happy New Year from our Cornell Toyota family to yours.
Every business is different, but B1 Bank knows that every business owner has similar needs. From streamlining accounts receivables to maintaining access to working capital, a trusted bank is your best asset for staying on top of day-to-day finances and planning for future business growth. At B1 Bank, I know I have access to commercial banking experts who care about the needs of my business and can guide me to accomplish my goals. B1 Bank knows that managing your business isn't simple, but they can help you make it uncomplicated.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Service Mastery Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Mastery Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Mastery Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Light beer shouldn't taste like water. Miller Lite has more taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Tuesday, December 27th. Your government taco forecast in Baton Rouge. Expect clear skies with a high of 58. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of Weekend Winners coming up next, and Nick Underhill of New Orleans.Football joins the show at 9 a.m. to talk Saints. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN. Or catch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, Peter, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Phew. I feel like Tim Allen Santa Claus here. That was just Christmas break. A little too many chocolate chip cookies and gumbo.
Yeah, I didn't bring those either.
Well, that punk Santa ate them all. I mean, I guess I left them out for him, so. It is what it is. Cookies are fire, though. Look, the day one of y'all brings in cookies, then I'll bring cookies again. How about that?
We didn't say we'd bring them like you did. I'm just saying.
Okay. Relax. I can whip up. I've got them cookies down at Sons. I can whip up them cookies in 5 minutes. Well, not literally 5 minutes, but that ain't no problem. So coming up on this hour, so we got our weekend winners right here. We're going to talk Pelicans this hour as well, and I got some Christmas movie thoughts. I watched a few movies over the holiday break, and that was a lot of fun. Right now, though, let's dive in to an extended weekend winners.
That's how winning is done.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've got too far.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Are you doing what it takes to win a championship?
Wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do. What's that? Win the whole thing.
My first weekend winner is you, Jake Hester. I know the Christmas plans, unfortunately, did not go as planned due to all the travel stuff, and that's a huge bummer. But how much did it ease your pain when the Bush League Bolts wrapped up officially their first trip to the playoffs with Justin Herbert under center?
It felt great, and thank you, T-Bob. It's going to be my first weekend winner. Going to be the Bush League Bolts, so we're on the same page there. Back in the postseason for the first time in 4 years. They've had good teams, but they always found a way not to get into the postseason, including last year. If you remember, all they had to do was tie the Raiders, and it looked like we were about to have that, which was going to be a great storyline. And then Brandon Staley calls a timeout. Rich Bisaccia is like, he did what? Okay, sure, we'll go win the game. we were cool with a tie, but yeah, if he wants to call a timeout, and you found a way to win. It was kind of an ugly game as well. You beat the Colts 20-3 last night on Monday Night Football, and you get into the tournament. And so now you're getting back healthy. You're going to get Joey Bosa back.
Yep.
You potentially are going to get your left tackle back. You now have Keenan Allen, Mike Williams back fully healthy. So this team does still have question marks, but getting to the tournament, who knows what's going to happen.
Healthy at the right time.
Yeah, the only thing is right now they're matching up with the Bengals, and the Bengals are as hot as anyone in the NFL. But it's a step in the right direction to get into the NFL playoffs.
Joey, Danny, you saw Joey Bosa over the weekend? Joey Bosa?
You didn't see him?
No?
I know the joke you're going for. I'm not entertaining it.
Okay, who's that? Weekend winners? Anybody? No.
I'll go. I mean, that was going to be mine, but I'll go down the list. I'll go to second.
Not do the radio show, boys.
I'll go to second here.
It's the order, man.
Yeah,
don't mess up the rotation.
Shut up, Mario.
Tim Ream. If you remember watching the World Cup, he was the 35-year-old center back for the United States men's national team. Well, he plays for Fulham in his club soccer there in the EPL. And he scored his first Premier League goal yesterday. Now you're like, first? Yeah, he's a center back, right? So they don't have a lot of opportunities to score. And yesterday, after scoring the goal, not because of the goal, but after scoring the goal, he extended his contract for another year. And so Tim Ream will be in the Premier League for another season. They got the 3-0 victory over Crystal Palace on Boxing Day.
You know what they call that? A Ream job. Great job by Timmy. What you got there, Mario?
So the Pelicans have a bunch of people out right now, but they're still on a 3-game winning streak. And I know we're going to talk about them later, but I wanted to highlight a few individual performances since the last time we spoke.
Yeah, to be clear on this, nobody listens to the whole show. So feel free. We can reuse any Pelicans information. Like, if we were a major radio show,
you're supposed to actually reset the biggest stories.
Yeah, we would reset the same story and just redo the exact same thing that we did hour one. But we, being creative, we don't play that ish. But yeah, feel free, Mark.
Hell yeah. So since the last time we spoke, CJ McCollum, 40 points against the Spurs on Thursday, season high. We talked about Jackson Hayes a little while ago against the Thunder over the weekend. He had 21 points, 8 for 9 shooting, played some really good defense too. Affected a shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander towards the end on a big stop for the Pelicans. And then Najee Marshall last night, 22 points. He was driving the lane. He was dishing assists. He was making threes off of 1 foot. A career night for Najee Marshall, which was fun to see for your boy. And the Pelicans at home, one of the better teams in the league, 14-4 this season. Good vibes in the Smoothie King Center, and they got 2 more games in this homestand. So get out to the blender. Pelicans doing some really good things despite some key injuries.
Crowd looking great too. I mean, in all these, I've never seen a Pelicans crowd at this point in the year as consistently full as they are. Also, Mario, one of the international Pelican super fans in town. You saw him?
Who?
Lyle Swithbank.
Oh,
the
no.
the Aussie. He does all the Pelicans videos. He's in town meeting everybody for the first time.
I did see the pictures. That was cool.
Yeah, it was great to see Lyle in town. I don't know that there's an NBA player that I hate more that kind of isn't that major than oh, wait, never mind. I was going after Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but that's not actually who I'm talking about. Who's the German player with a blonde streak in his hair? Schroeder?
Yeah, Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, I hate Schroeder.
On the Lakers.
I hate Schroeder so much. Like, I feel like he's good. He's not that good, but, like, for some reason, the Pelicans have suffered at his hands so many times. I hate Schroeder. My bad, Gilles Alexander. I didn't mean to throw that at you. Danny, what you got?
I'm going to stay on the Chargers train. Coach Brandon Staley showed his pregame ritual to the world.
Oh, yeah.
And
what was this? Okay. Danny, that's a little cat camel. Okay, you got to loosen up the lower back, bro.
Yeah, weekend winner.
Yeah. You know what? I never know. When do you breathe in on the cat camel? I think I breathe out on the camel.
Okay, see, this is more what I did growing up. I didn't do the cat camel. I actually ran stadiums.
Actually, no, I changed my mind. I think I breathe in on the camel and I breathe out on the cat.
Yeah, while we're on, I don't want to go full weekend loser because I don't know the fella, and I'm sure he's a really good
he looks
person.
good in that cat,
and I'm
though,
sure
Dan,
he's
you know?
not even this. I'm sure the guy who covers UL football is a really good person, really good writer. So I'm not calling him a weekend loser.
Sounds like that's
that's
a lot of preamble. The kind of feels like you are, but continue.
But he put out a tweet so for the Independence Bowl, it was in the teens. And look, we don't have the infrastructure in Louisiana to handle the teens.
No.
It's not that we can't, we just don't have it. Just like when it rains in Southern California. They don't have the infrastructure. So the elevators were down at the Independence Bowl. It was 12 degrees, whatever it was, right? So they froze up. And he's like, I had to haul myself up to the press box. If you've ever seen Independence Stadium.
Like walk?
Yes. It's not exactly the Eiffel Tower.
Ooh, that's a bad look.
I ran those stadiums every single day when I was 10 years old.
Yeah, that's a bad look.
Okay? So, to haul yourself up to the Independence Stadium press box, it's like a hop and a skip.
In life, ideally, unless you were just so old to where your body has completely betrayed you, even if it hurts, you should be able to do some stairs and kind of stoically
There's
go
ramps
about your
too.
day.
There's ramps too.
Yeah,
There's
but you should be able to be stoic. We'll get into this.
there.
I'm just seeing this tweet 5 minutes ago. Ali Gay announcing he is skipping the bowl game to prepare for the NFL draft.
That's a little late.
Interesting timing. We'll break down what it means next. Winner's Mark, Danny? Who's it on? I don't remember.
It's on
Your
you.
turn.
Oh, it's on me. Okay,
On
yeah.
you, then back to me.
All right, let's go.
That's how this goes.
My next weekend winner. Do you have this Pat Narduzzi video ready to go?
Yeah,
that's where I was going. We're on the same page today.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Some
Look at us. It's a couple days away. Hit reset.
Why don't you probably know the story a bit better than me. You go ahead and set it up.
All right, so there was 3 Pitt football players that were stranded in Dallas. Well, they have a bowl game, the Tony the Tiger Bowl. They're great. Yes, that's Tony the Tiger in El Paso. Well, they were stranded. They had practice the next day, and they were wondering how in the world are we going to get to El Paso? Because if you have ever driven the state of Texas, you know Dallas and El Paso are in the same state, but they are a long way away, 600 miles to be exact, right? So the UTEP basketball coach, Joe Golding, and his family, they were trying to get back to El Paso as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's the head coach there. Well, their flight was delayed. And so he brought the 3 Pitt football players in his car with him. Now, he said, I called their parents. We exchanged information, let them know who I was, got their approval, got Pat Narduzzi's approval to put them in our car, drive them to El Paso. But he drove them the 600-plus miles to get there. And Golding is no stranger to football. His sister, Kate, is actually married to TCU football coach Sonny Dykes.
Oh, okay.
Right? So he's got a football background. His dad and grandfathers were all high school football coaches in the state of Texas. But he's like, look, I knew these guys had practice. I knew they had to be there. I saw them with their gear on. I had my UTEP gear on. So we kind of just like, hey, you probably need to get to El Paso.
Yep.
I'm trying to get there as well.
That's awesome.
Do you want to ride? It's just me, my wife, and my child. And they're like, yeah. And so they called Narduzzi, like, hey, coach, this guy's saying he's the UTEP basketball coach. Like, you cool with that? Like, probably, yeah, get your ass to practice. But it worked out.
Here is Pat Narduzzi actually relaying how it was from his side of the story.
Yesterday afternoon, we had a couple guys get delayed on our flights. They got stuck in Dallas. Joe Golding, the head basketball coach for I guess Texas El Paso College here in town, University of Texas El Paso. Him and his wife and child, they picked up and took our 3 guys and drove them because the flight was delayed to get them here for practice. They got here late last night, and I just want to give a shout out to to those guys. That again just goes back to the hospitality. It was a great job by Joe, and we appreciate it.
you met
Just guys
ever
being
heard?
dudes, dude. Humans helping out one another in times of need. You love to see it. Boys?
Yeah, so the Mavericks beat the Lakers on Christmas Day. Shout out, helping the Pelicans. And they unveiled a statue for Dirk Nowitzki.
Oh, nice.
Well-deserved, one of the best players in the history of the NBA. I think kind of paved the way for some of the international guys you're seeing today. Luka and Giannis, and just a legend, man. 14-time All-Star, 12 All-NBA rosters, NBA MVP, Finals MVP, one of the better Finals
Look at
MVPs in history, if you ask me. Shout out to Dirk Nowitzki. Deserves to be remembered forever.
I wish I could zoom in a little more. My eyes are going bad. The perfect pose, though. The classic Dirk fadeaway kick, create space. Hey, Commanders, that's how you build a statue, not your 7th grade wire project that you tried to throw out there. How's the face look on this? Do we know? Did he get Ronaldo'd, or is it solid?
Better. Not perfect.
Okay.
Those busts are never going to be. But
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to make it perfect.
Good quality. This was a long time in the making, and I thought they did a really good job.
Even though I'm kind of like, I don't know, like Romans and Greeks did a pretty good job
That's
with
what
it.
I'm
What's going on with
thinking,
us
too.
nowadays?
Like,
You know, like, get the face
The
right.
plaster seemed to work back then.
Shout out Dirk. He did pave the way. How do we know how his health is? I know there was a pretty sad story a year ago about how he was basically talking about, or maybe 2 years ago, but he was basically talking about how he wished he had never played that extra year because it just ruined his body and he can't run around and play soccer with his kids and stuff.
Yeah, it's still not great from what I saw, but pretty common, I suppose, for people his size that played for that long.
Damn.
He played for, I
know.
Played for a long time. And
Love you,
obviously,
Dirk. Oh, that's good. I like the face. I like the
bad.
face.
Yeah, not bad.
For sure. Painted jersey. That's
Okay.
interesting. Okay, that's
I kind of
cool.
like that, actually.
Yeah.
A little different.
What you got there, Daniel?
I'm going Daniel Sorensen for my weekend winner. Yeah. A lot of people mocked the pick, the signing when the Saints made it, but came up clutch in the game. And
Yes.
Looks like a celebrity on the sideline.
To get you to 6-9. Hell yeah. Daniel Sorensen looks like he should be a bad guy in a very sharp suit. Not with a tie, but like a blazer, like with a little unbuttoned for sure.
He could go either way, though. I think he could go unbuttoned, I agree, or he could go turtleneck under
he
the
could definitely go
blazer.
turtleneck. He could definitely
Mock
go turtleneck under the
turtleneck
blazer.
under the blazer with maybe a gold chain around
He
it.
would actually look fantastic.
Yeah.
In a turtleneck. He would look, yes, there he is. Yes, Danny.
that's him.
That is Daniel Sorensen. Exactly. Thank you. That's Brett McDonough. That's who we were talking about earlier. You're watching on YouTube. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Okay, weekend loser. Oof. Russell Wilson. I don't know if you can come back from being clowned by Patrick Starr. Danny, do you have that video ready to go?
Yes.
Right
here.
Yeah. Go ahead and play this.
Second and long, and the Broncos, and those are the big horsey players, they have the ball, and they're going to see if they can find a way to move it.
Oh, nice.
And so what's oh, there's Russ Wilson. Oh, no! Oh, that's called an interception.
That's close. Bobby Wagner.
That's not what he wanted to cook.
No, I think he burnt whatever he was cooking. Bobby Wagner with the interception. The SoCal kid back.
Man. I hadn't seen that yet. That's good.
Patrick Starr had that loaded up in the chamber, too.
He did.
You can tell the voice actor was like a little uncomfortable trying to call the game live, but he had a joke ready to go.
Yeah.
And Russ provided. That's a low moment.
Oh, yeah.
You know what else is a low moment? Did you see? Okay, so what you're about to see in this next video is the Broncos offensive line is angry, and Brett Ripien comes over there and tells them to pick Russ up off the ground. Russ sacked 6 times on Sunday. They lose 51-14 through 3 picks. They Brett Ripien's telling the O-line to pick Russ up off the ground when he gets sacked. Watch this, Jake. But basically, Ripien comes over there and gets yeeted. I mean, a 2-handed pass set punch to the chest, telling him to get the hell out of here. and telling Russ to and he yells, "Do something, Brett!" Like you wanted to make up, do something. It is unbelievable how toxic Russell Wilson is in that locker room.
Good. I mean, look,
I've never seen this before.
We've heard stories. Those stories have been basically confirmed, and now the Broncos have a real situation on their hands because that's who you have moving forward. You gave up picks and money, and that's the bed that you made. And so now you've got to lay in that very expensive bed.
Yeah.
Very, very expensive bed where the future does not look too bright. I like that one, but I'm going to go another winner. Going to bring it back up a little bit, and I never thought in my radio career I would give a weekend winner to this conference, but I have to do it. The Pac-12 weekend winner, because not only what they've done, like Oregon State beating the absolute hell out of Florida, but if you asked me which conference are you maybe most intrigued by next year, it's hard to argue against the Pac-12. They're a winner because you got Bo Nix coming back to Oregon.
Yep.
You got Penix coming back to Washington. You've got Caleb Williams coming back to USC.
Yep.
You got Rising coming back to Utah.
Oh,
You've
okay.
got
I didn't know that.
DJU going from Clemson to Oregon State.
Yeah.
It's some real you got
It's good for Oregon State. Like, that's crazy. Nobody would have thought that they would have won that sweepstakes.
No, I mean, you've got UCLA signing one of the top quarterbacks in the country out of Detroit coming down to Los Angeles. The Pac-12 right now,
So hot
crazy
right now.
enough, they've got some real momentum. I know they didn't get into the postseason yet again, and I'm not saying that they're the best conference, but in a conference that needed some real juice, and they needed it to be someone outside of USC and even UCLA, but mostly USC, they've gotten that. Now, Stanford's got a new coach. We'll see how that plays out. I'm not saying from top to bottom, but you got Coach Prime in Boulder now as well.
It's true.
Like the Pac-12, they've got about as hot of a heater as they've had in a very long time. It's going to be a quarterback-driven league. There's a lot of quarterbacks that are coming in that you're excited about. You have a team that was at the bottom of your conference, brings in Deion Sanders to be the coach. Let's see where that can go. He's bringing, it seems like, half his team from Jackson State. Now, he's got to do more than bringing in his team from Jackson State, certainly. But Pac-12, climbing up right now.
I'd be so salty if I didn't get the call. I was on Jackson
Yeah,
State.
me too.
And I didn't get the call up to come with the boys. It's like when George Lucas, after the first Star Wars, moved Industrial Light and Magic and only took like some of the people from there. I'd been so bummed if I was left out of that number. SEC, pick it up. Okay? 0-2 and 2 bad showings in bowl games thus far. Okay, like I need if I don't know. You're supposed to be the best conference in football.
There's also, and I still think it is, but there's questions about who's going to play quarterback in some of these SEC situations. Like, that's why you should be excited about the Pac-12, because you know there's some quarterbacks coming back that have played at a high level. You know there's quarterbacks coming in that you can get excited about. Like right now, currently, and not to say that it can't be fixed, that it can't be really, really good, but you don't know who the quarterback at Georgia is going to be. Like Tennessee is going, Milton's probably going to be the quarterback, but you're starting with a new quarterback there. South Carolina, Spencer Rattler, let's see. Kentucky's got Devin Leary. That's exciting for them. Florida, you know, who's going to be the quarterback? Graham Mertz is coming in, but he's not been consistent. So you look at Alabama, who's going to replace Bryce Young? Are they going to go get a transfer? I know that Aaron is big on Sam Hartman maybe going to the SEC from Wake Forest. I know he's talked about that.
Sam Hartman has years left?
Everybody's got years left.
Yeah, that's great.
Everyone has years left. And so, you know, LSU getting their quarterback back, you should feel even better when you take a look at the conference and who's not coming back or who doesn't yet have their quarterback that they're going to go into the offseason with. And so it's just going to be interesting to see. By the way, I learned this yesterday. So I was doing an afternoon show, and we were talking about Stetson Bennett. And then, you know, I kind of made the same joke. I'm like, hell, he probably has another year if he wants one.
Yeah.
Right, because he's been in college so long. And I was on with PB, and Cole Kubelik writes me a text that I couldn't believe. He said, and Stetson still does not have a degree.
What? What's he doing? He's not going to class?
I
Wait, so does that mean, can he?
So I guess he's going to get one probably at the end of this. No, I mean, right? How is that possible?
Tommy boy.
Now, I know he started Georgia. Maybe you transfer to the junior college. Maybe you lose some credits. You go to junior college. Maybe those don't transfer when you come back to Georgia. So I understand, and that's always a mess. I had to deal with that when I came back to school. But how does that man not have a degree? It is Tommy Boy. A lot of people, Richard, go to school for 7 years.
Called doctors. Well, look, he may not have a degree, but he does have a D-ring, okay? A degring, and that's all that matters.
I just found it wild that he does not
He's been in
have
college
one.
for 18 years.
I mean,
that's insane.
Look, I mean, I'm not the most studious. I got one in 3.5 years. He can't get one in 12.
I wonder where he's made. I'll judge it when I see what he graduates in. Like if it's something impressive, I'll be like, okay, hand up, cool, good job.
Can you
But if it's general studies, that's
okay.
It's a pretty easy.
I'm
General
find
studies
that
was
out.
easier in my high school. When we get back, let's talk sports. We've gone very long. More OTB next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Matt Moscona from all of us here at AFR. We're wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday season. We're going to take off for the long weekend and be back on Tuesday ready to talk for AFR 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
I try to put up a fight. Can't tie me down. I don't wanna sacrifice for your love. I try. I don't wanna sacrifice my time.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Danny definitely goes full Christian Bale during coitus.
No question
American Psycho,
about
100%.
it. This song is playing every time.
Danny, you don't have a mirror on your ceiling, do you?
Yes. What?
No.
Okay.
There was about to be a bomb joke.
Do you have any mirror that
Settle
faces?
down.
Do you have any mirror that faces the bed?
Yes.
I figured.
Got to.
Danny, people very upset that you put American Psycho on the Christmas tier list.
They were very upset about it. I'm
That's
like,
a classic. And
You
it
know-
is a Christmas movie.
hey,
If you
you-
rewatch it,
you know
see
which
all the
one
Christmas-
we missed? Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, yeah.
Great Christmas movie.
I mean, I've seen it a few times. I saw it a couple times in high school. I'd put it in the D though. I don't.
Nah,
think
I'd put
above
it higher than that. It's got some funny moments.
Ooh, the problem is the funniest moment is him in the fat suit at the beginning, and then to me,
I
it's
swear.
like a slow decline
Oh,
after
no,
that.
I thought
Yeah,
it was good. I
And
like it.
I swear, yes, when he's in the fat suit singing that,
There was
that
good
is
moments.
the
Anna
funniest
Faris,
part of the
Anna
movie.
Faris is like that annoying, but it's funny. Missed a
Well,
couple,
look,
but
our list has a distinct caucasity.
But our list, you know what? Like a lot of people were like, "Okay, I see no fault."
I agree.
Which Danny likes for it to be controversy when we throw a tier list up there. That's probably why he threw American Psycho in there. But I think we actually did a pretty good job.
Yeah, the list was good. I mean, I asked the black delegation for input, seeing as how there is a distinct caucasity to our list a lot of times. It seems like Friday After Next should have definitely been on the list, but I've only seen that once when I was a little kid, and I didn't really understand.
Friday After Next.
So I can't really comment on it, unfortunately. And there were a couple others as well. There was an old Tyler Perry Christmas movie that I loved, but I can't remember the name of it.
Did you watch any of the recs that I gave you?
What were the recs again? So I guess that's a no.
Nah. Trading Places was one of them.
No.
80s Eddie Murphy. I think you will have
the 80s Eddie Murphy. No, I will get
You will
there.
have such an appreciation. How about this, though? Because my wife does listen to the show every day, unlike yours.
The Night Before was not left off the list, Mac.
It was not.
on there.
Yeah, it was on there.
It was
so. My wife has never fully seen Die Hard like all the way through. She's, she picks it up because I watch it every so often, like every 4 months. I'm
Watch
watching Die
Violent
Hard.
Night if you like
Well,
Die Hard.
she'll like walk in and she'll catch glimpses of it. And I was like, hey, we need to sit down. We need to watch Die Hard. She goes, no. Just like T-Bob, I'll catch that when I catch it. I was like, no, you didn't. She's like, yeah, I heard him say it the other day. He's like, I'll catch it next year. She hit me with it. I'll catch it when I catch it.
I'll catch it when I catch it.
I was like,
Straight
wow.
Daniel Bass says, where would you put Violent Night? I can't offer a full critique. So this is kind of interesting. It leads into something I want to talk about. Now that Christmas is over, do you just stop Christmas movies cold turkey? And the reason why I'm asked this, right? I wanted to see Spirited. I never saw Spirited. I feel like I have to wait till next year now. Maybe more confoundingly, I saw half of Violent Night, and I loved the half that I saw. Fantastic, Die Hard vibes, very funny, very fun. Maybe a little long in some spots. I mean, it probably didn't even be a full 2 hours. But like I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Like right now, I'd probably be in like a C or B on that list. But like a good I'll come back to this movie. Like I will watch this movie more time. But do I finish Violent Night or do I wait till next Christmas season to finish it?
I don't think it has to. I mean, I watched Die Hard, like I said, I watch Jingle All the Way when it's not Christmas season.
Well, okay, see, now that I was going to say, because Die Hard still
watch
can
Home
be out of
Alone.
season. Jingle All the Way, you can't.
Yeah, like I'll go to Disney Plus and the kids like, hey, let's watch something, and we'll be searching. I'm like, hey, can we watch Home Alone? I'm like, yeah, I have no problem turning that on. Yeah.
Wow. See, I don't know. Like I brought up to my wife the idea of
Now,
watching
there's
Violent Night
some.
because we bought it. And I was like, oh, we could watch it because she had already gone to sleep. And she's like, no, I'm not watching it. It's not Christmas. I was like,
Oh, wow, Caitlin.
Okay, dude.
I'd say you have until the end of December.
Yeah,
Okay,
for
so
sure.
I
It's
still
still
got
Christmas
time.
season.
January 1st is the cutoff.
Okay, cool. Then I'm going
Right?
to finish
Yeah,
it.
I agree with that.
I just
It's
need
still
a thumbs
Christmas
up from the
season.
delegation. I will finish
Yeah.
Violent Night and let you know David Harbour as a Santa that's kind of fed up with the world is very funny. Very, very
Great
funny.
actor.
The first 5 minutes are gonna make you laugh. Daniel Bass said, I put Violent Night in the B tier. I feel like, yes, it's just that when you actually look at the list, it's pretty tough. Pretty tough to break through. But I thought Violent Night was a lot of fun. I watched Glass Onion, the Knives Out sequel.
Don't spoil anything.
No, I'm not going to spoil anything.
Spoil the onion.
Same thing.
Because I've only watched about 20 minutes so far.
No, same thing. I don't think it's like great, but I do give it a thumbs up. Right? It was fun, funny. It felt like Clue. Like 80s Clue.
Love Clue.
Which is like the goal of that movie, the
it
whodunit
should be.
murder mystery. I know that some people are like, it's got too much social commentary and all this stuff, and I don't think they're wrong. It's just that I didn't engage
Too much
with
what?
like social commentary, like it's trying to say, but I just didn't engage with any of that. Like I just watched the movie. I actually had one of my buddies who was drunk with me, and he was like just droning on in my ear about like, look at this is like so, and I was just like, dude, shut up. I'm just watching the freaking movie. Like, I'm just here for the jokes, see who the killer is. Like everybody just relax. I'm just watching the movie, dude. So, no, I thought it was fun. I give it a thumbs up. Not it didn't hit me in like the way like Pinocchio did or All Quiet on the Western Front or any of these movies that immediately enter my favorite. No Top Gun Maverick, but it gets a thumbs up. It's a fun watch.
Okay.
If you have Netflix, like why would you?
Yeah, why would you not?
Why would
free.
you not?
Well,
Now, what I
technically.
would say is, and I got to finish it tonight. I have an hour left. It's a long boy, but it is awesome, dude. And it's for the boys. I want a friendship like the one in this movie. Triple R, RRR. Have you heard of this?
I've heard of it. I've not yet
I'd heard of
taken
it
a
too. I
gander.
know I'm late to the party here, but it's an Indian action movie, and I've never watched an Indian cinema. Right? I've seen like clips on Twitter and stuff, and I know it's kind of over the top, but it's so over the top. It's so hyper stylized, but it works because it's very cohesive. It's not like it's trying too hard or something. It is freaking badass, dude. If you like action movies, I cannot recommend Triple R enough.
I'm assuming subtitles overdubbed.
Yeah,
We've had that conversation.
We're big subs overdubs here, watching it in Hindi. I will say this. It seems like they do a lot of ADR, like they record a lot of the audio not live on set, but in a studio afterwards.
Gotcha.
So for like the first 10 minutes, I was not sure if it was actually filmed in English or any, because even in Hindi, it didn't always look like it was matching, but no, it is in the native languages in Hindi. So yeah, I subs over dubs. It's awesome, bro. Wait till you see the bromance in this movie. It's just great. It's just the absolute. I mean, look at this, dude. Look at that freaking poster, dude. It's fantastic. I can't wait to see how it ends too. Like, the story is actually very good. It's got one of the coolest dance-off scenes I've ever seen as well. I need to get to an Indian wedding one day in my life. I've been training on wedding dance floors my entire life.
Didn't
to
Aaron
reach the
have
big leagues.
2 weddings? Wasn't one?
I think he did. Because I've seen him. I've seen a
Yeah.
picture of him in tradition.
I think they had 2 weddings.
Damn it, I'm going to need Murray to get remarried.
Yeah. When he renews his vows.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll be in the number. Like, hey, we're inviting ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, 1,000%.
Yeah.
So it was really good. It was fun. It was a fun holiday weekend of movies. I enjoyed everything I saw. I would say Triple R is the best of the bunch, though. Though Violent Night is now in the rotation. It is firmly in the adult Christmas movie, like Bad Santa, Night Before, Violent Night, Die Hard. It's in that number. Which is great. I've never seen Krampus, so I apologize. Does White Lotus count as a murder mystery? I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. My wife's watching it right now. When we get back, more OTB. Keep it on.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to GEAUXroof.com, GEAUXroof.com. 927-8300 is the number, 927-8300. You call that number, you're going to get a beautiful new roof every shingle time. You're also going to get a free professional estimate, so it's very easy to see, to get an idea of what it's like to work with Go Roof, because you call them, they come out to your home. Again, free professional estimate. You know exactly where you stand, and you make a fully informed decision about whether you want to do the work immediately, hold off, does insurance cover it, does it not? If it doesn't, and it's something that you're going to be struggling to pay for, they can work with you to find monthly payment options that work for you, because they just want to take care of the community's roofing needs. They're from here. Okay, that's why it's GEAUX. So they understand the needs, the unique needs of living in a place like Louisiana with all the weather and the heat and everything else. So, also, go out of their way to give you a 2-year workmanship guarantee on top of the manufacturer warranty. Roofs up! Go Roof.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off MSRP on a new 2022 Ford F-150, plus no payments for 90 days and 2.9% APR for 72 months. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million-mile powertrain warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to?
Join me, Jimmy Out, and Mike Delicano for the Tuesday edition of Game Time presented by Bet Rivers. We're at Dozy Place on Government Street in the heart of Mid-City. Game Time presented by Bet Rivers, 6 to 8 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back. Off the bench. 104.5 ESPN. Hope you had yourself quite a holiday weekend there, bud. Now it's time to get back to the real world. I guess that's not true. We got one more holiday left. New Year's. I'm going to be keeping it low-key because of new baby. Looking forward to the annual burning of the trees that we do. Get out your old Christmas tree, light it on fire with fireworks, Roman candles. Things go up, bruh.
Yeah, it just seems like a bad idea. Like
Why?
A good time, but a bad idea.
You're not lighting by any houses or anything.
Yeah, T. It just, more can go wrong than goes right. in
No,
that
that's fair.
situation.
It's fair. I mean, because what? Going right is just nothing burning down, right? So, yes, like there's no benefit to going right beyond being like, whoa, look at that flame, dude. But looking forward to it. Danny, what are you going to do for New Year's? Big plans, huh?
Oh, he's been planning this for a while. He's got some hotel room in New Orleans. He booked it 8 months ago.
St. Vincent.
He's already got 2 stories lined up of where he's going to go eat.
Targets acquired. Trench
2
run incoming. What you thinking? Hey, do you already have pre-planned Insta stories?
No.
Yes.
I thought he was talking about story buildings. I was confused at first. Now then I realized
you have 2 Instagram stories in your mind that you've already got laid out.
No,
not put it out there.
Not even in his mind to stay agile on his feet. He's already gone to the restaurants and scheduled the posts, so he can kind of wait, see what happens, where the response is coming from, and then skedaddle over there.
Yep.
It's a great technique, Danny. What are you gonna do for New Year's?
I mean, y'all nailed it. Y'all pretty much described
Yeah.
everything.
Mario, what about you? What did you get into?
I think I'm actually hanging out with family on New Year's.
Oh, wow.
They typically go downtown New Orleans, pop champagne, have some grapes. I think I'm going to go do that with them this year.
Nice. You going to the beach?
No.
I'm just kidding. Hell yeah. So last holiday then before, do we count Valentine's Day? I don't know.
I mean, you're so bad at gift giving, you probably don't. But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people.
I mean, it's not really a holiday though.
It
Who
You're
gets excited
You're
about
gonna give her
Valentine's
Manscaped?
Okay, guys.
I forgot about that.
If it can shave balls, it should be able to shave vaginas. Okay, I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I don't know, right? I thought. That's
thought he
all
was
me.
going to just use
I use a scientific term. Why as a society can we not use the term for our genitals? It is what it is.
Oh my.
Yeah, okay,
right.
it wasn't a good gift.
No, it's called Manscaped.
I actually really got it for the legs because I thought it was waterproof and it'd be way easier than having to get out shaving cream and everything if you could just shave your legs with it. But I don't know. I don't guess it. Well, it's not waterproof. So screw Manscaped. To be painfully clear about that, they advertise it as waterproof. Mine broke 2 days after being in the shower. I wasn't fully submerged in the tub or anything. Garbage, absolute garbage, Manscaped. Unless you want to sponsor.
Is it water resistant or waterproof?
I mean, it must be water resistant.
Yeah.
But they advertise that thing about using it in the shower.
Okay.
And that's some BS. Okay. 2 days in, screw you. Awful product. Never buy again.
Mine works great. And if you want to sponsor the show.
Yeah, send me a free one and make me reconsider.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? Bum ass product. Every single ad showing people in the shower and it's gonna break 2 days in. Get the hell out of here. Okay, but it's also Danny, I'm sure you've gotten the Instagram ads for like a stick that you roll under your eye for your eye bags, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen this before?
Yeah.
That is specifically for males, but why? They advertise it's specific. It's blank for men, but why? Why? What? There's no way that a male eye bag is any different than a female eye bag.
Because it's fast and easy, and girls take more time on their entire face.
Okay, but if the entire point is simply to make your eye bags get better, then why can't I just use this male product on a female? The point is I put that in my wife's stocking, okay? And I think it worked out this time. Manscaped, no. The eye thing, I think yes. Thomas Dare says it wasn't the water. Well, what I got? Radioactive pubic hair? Get the hell out of here. Yes, it was the water. Unbelievable.
I have an image of you using a Manscaped in a shower.
Yeah, good. You should. It looks awesome.
What he's trying to do.
I was bathing the baby, and my wife, I guess, saw my back for the first time in a while. It was appalled to see that in my older age, I had grown literal wings on my back, and she immediately grabbed a razor and shaved them. So I shaved my back for the first time.
It happens. Yeah. Once you hit, mid-30s, you grow hair in places you didn't know.
Yeah. I can't fly, though. Got wings with none of the benefits.
Yeah, your hands are too tiny for that. You couldn't pick up the speed.
Yeah. All right. My hair kind of wings, though, when I wear a hat right now. So I got that going for me. When we get back, let's...
2001?
Yeah. Close that hour. That was my hairstyle forever in high school, dude. So I got my wife. Let's go ahead and close out hour number 2. We're going to kick off hour 3 with Nick Underhill talking Saints. Then we'll get into the Pelicans after that. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Jordan McKernan. Join the G team, baby. Like everybody else has. A lot of these new recruits join the G team already because they know where the real winners lie. Look, the bottom line, you need to get it done for you. You have any injury attorney needs, you need to get it done. You need to get Gordon. In fact, you can find him on social media everywhere. They're at Get Gordon. Saw a bunch of great posts coming out over the weekend. I think I saw Greg Brooks one, Jake, giving away bikes to those in need. Remember, Gordon gave away over 500 bikes this holiday season. Just giving back to the community and getting it done in the courtroom. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, 225-888-8888.
Yeah, also with those NIL deals, like you'll see the players that have those deals are back in the community with Team Gordon, right? They were there giving those bikes away, so doing great things in the community as well. T-Bob gave you the handle there. It is at Get Gordon. It is always online at getgordon.com and 225 or 318. That number is 888-8888.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Nearly half of children in foster care drop out of school. But you can rewrite that story. Change a child's story. Become a volunteer today.
All right, let's say ah.
Where'd my spotlight go?
Super weird, but we can take care of it.
Get in and get better at Patient Plus.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $10,000 off MSRP on all new 2022 Black Widow Jeep Gladiators in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained.
Matt Moscona from all of us here at AFR. We're wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday season. We're going to take off for the long weekend and be back on Tuesday ready to talk for AFR 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Nick Underhill coming up next. Going to be talking a little black and gold. In the chat, we had a question, Jake, from William Myers. Bayou Ford YouTube chat. Favorite plays of the day in bowl games?
Sorry, say that again.
Favorite plays of the day in bowl games. We have the Camila Bowl between Georgia Southern and Buffalo, the Serve Pro First Responder Bowl, Memphis and Utah State, Ticket Smarter Birmingham Bowl, Coastal Carolina versus East Carolina, and then a big one here to end the night late, too, 9:15 kickoff, the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, Wisconsin versus Oklahoma State.
I'll look at them, and I'll maybe put a little parlay together to throw in the chat.
Okay, cool.
I haven't done a lot of time looking at them, but real quick, I did want to give a shout out. I had it in weekend winners. I forgot to get to it. New Mexico State's quarterback yesterday. Diego was his first name. I'm trying to look for his last name. I forgot. But that's one of the toughest son of a guns I've ever seen play a football game. I don't know if you probably didn't do a deep dive into the Quick Lane Bowl, but New Mexico State's quarterback was out there running through people, getting hit, kept getting back up, like was willing his team to victory. He was like, I'm grown and you're not all game long.
Yeah.
And shout out to Diego, who I'm going to find your last name. I got stuck on the Diego part, but New Mexico State, Quick Lane Bowl champions, no big deal.
Diego, boys.
Pavia.
Diego Pavia.
Ah, there we go. Nice. That's a great name. It's a great quarterback name. I like name Diego, actually.
Muy bueno, Diego. Great job.
Go, Diego. Go, Diego.
What, guys? What? I'm trying. What
Diego Hester, near future.
Yes. There you
Could
go.
be.
Yes.
There is one coming.
Somebody asked me how the bowl pick'em record was. Suck My Picks has recovered greatly. From a 2-7 start, we're 7-11. Okay, so we have climbed back in the ranking. Oh, as far as the play goes, Aaron Murray, I'm his bookie because he's in Georgia. He can't gamble. He put a very big play on Georgia Southern, if you want to do that.
I'm biased. It's from Georgia.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Actually, a Tampa man.
I mean, but where's he live now?
Yeah, but you think he cares about Georgia Southern? He's like he's a Bulldog Athens elite.
I care about San Diego State. Not from there.
Yeah, but this is not 1-to-1 at all.
Yeah, 100%.
No, this sort of misdirection that you're getting from Jake here is not what you will get when you go to Patient Plus Urgent Care. Okay, they're going to play it straight. They'll play it nice and easy. They're going to get you in. They're going to get you better. They got locations all around the city. If you're a business owner listening and you need your occupational medicine needs met, now's the time to switch. Okay, be done with the dingy offices and the uncomfortable feelings. Go check out that Mid-City location of Patient Plus. Prepare to be blown away. If you're just a regular person, prepare to go to the best kind of doc-in-the-box experience you've ever had, patientplusuc.com.
Are you not a regular person?
No, I meant like a business owner. I was separating I am. I'm not a business. You're the business owner. I'm the regular person in this scenario. Yeah,
we just heard about radioactive. PatientPlusUC.com. Get in and get better.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off MSRP on a new 2022 Ford F-150, plus no payments for 90 days and 2.9% APR for 72 months. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution. A network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, E-Tel, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Tuesday, December 27th. Your government taco forecast in Baton Rouge. Expect clear skies with a high of 58. Coming up on OTBOT, Nick Underhill of New Orleans Football joins the show up next to talk Saints. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. OTBOT, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo. Weekly New Orleans Saints updates with Nick Underhill on OTB are brought to you by former LSU Tiger and attorney Chris Perrette.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. Nick _Underhill. Every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. we talk to Nick. He is the creator of New Orleans Football, the best resource for all of your New Orleans Saints news. Well worth the sign-up cost. Very happy to be in that number. Nick, what's going on, man? How we doing today? Were you up in Cleveland?
No, I tried to go, man, but it got everything got canceled. I was on a Southwest flight, so if I would have made it there, it seems like I would have been marooned in Cleveland for like a week.
Bad
which
place.
Yeah, I'm from that area of the country, but I'm good. I've seen enough. I don't need to be there for a full week. But yeah, we tried to get there. Was going to drive, and then we were about to leave, and there was like a 75 car pile up on the highway or something. We just kind of figured it was best to stay alive for the next one.
Wait, did you say you tried to drive to Cleveland?
Yeah, I mean, it's like Yeah, it's like 15 hours. Like I was ready to do it. I mean, there's kind of like a responsibility to be there. And I kind of take that a little bit seriously and it's a little more personal because people pay to read our stuff. So like, I want to be there. I want to give them the commitment they're giving to us. But it was just kind of an impossible task.
You're off the hook. Okay. No guilt needed. That's it's a thought that counts, Nick. And that's what you get from New Orleans football. What you also get is great insight and explanations. And so, Nick, how did a dome team from the South go into Cleveland, an outdoor stadium, 6 degrees, minus 16 wind chill, coldest game in Saints history, second coldest regular season game in Browns history? How did that Saints team go up there and beat them in their elements?
Well, they had to kind of get out of their own way a little bit. I think going into the game, they were kind of maybe outsmarting themselves a little bit with the wind. They thought when they had the wind at their backs, they were going to be able to go out and pass. And so they elected to have that in the first quarter. And they tried to do that, and it didn't work. And I think the idea for them was to try to get out to a lead, take control of the game, and then kind of try to force Cleveland to throw to get back in the game, because throwing in this game wasn't going to be advantageous. But obviously that didn't work early on. I was a little bit shocked that it took until 3:24 of the second quarter for Taysom Hill to kind of get his first carry of the game. And once they finally settled in on the idea of, okay, we're going to run the ball with Taysom, we're going to run the ball with Alvin, and we're going to direct snap to Alvin even, so we have that 10th blocker in a game where it's kind of about bully ball, that's when they finally started to take control of this game a little bit. But it took them a little while to figure it out. But look, I mean, you can kind of go into it. The way you look at that, the two sides of it is kind of like, well, if I don't like the coaching staff and I think they aren't doing a good job, I'm going to look at it like it's stupid and idiotic. If you're kind of neutral, it's kind of like, okay, they went into a game, they had a plan, they had to adjust, they found a way to adjust. Now they've won 2 games in a row where, the score was close, where they were losing those games earlier in the season. I think it's fair to say that there's things with the coaching staff that's been a little bit underwhelming, but they're starting to do a couple things a little bit better as the season goes on. And I think we're kind of seeing that a little bit. The initial planning, again, a little bit shaky, confusing. I was kind of screaming at the TV a little bit, like, what are you guys doing? Give Taysom the ball. But they eventually figured it out, and they found the way to win the game.
Yeah, I am neutral, and I was screaming as well because, like, if this ever had a feel of a Taysom Hill game, like, this was it. And you can't be predictable, Nick. Like, I do understand that portion of it, but you do have a unique piece that's built for a game like that, and you said it perfectly. Like, even when he wasn't getting the ball, he can be that extra blocker. I mean, he did. I mean, he was leading on Sam linebackers on power because he's that kind of guy. He can do those type of things. And so, like, for me, it's just like, why did it take so long to get there? Because I agree with you. You come in with a game plan, you try to trick them a little bit. In the first quarter, it doesn't work. But, like, I was screaming, like, it's working. And certainly, like, once it got, like, 11 yards that first time, it's like, okay, like, you should do this almost every single play. And, like, that's the thing that worries me a little bit. Like, why did it take you so long to figure that out? Because it felt obvious watching it.
Yeah, and look, it's probably not as simple as, like, I think it is, but it just kind of felt like I would have went out there, heavy sets, had those 2 guys in the backfield, motion Alvin over to take the snap, motion Taysom over to take the snap, kind of keep him off balance a little bit through that, and then you go back and forth. And like you said, Taysom, he was doing a great job as a fullback, the lead blocker, and that's kind of what makes him a unique weapon. And I kind of think they just overthink this whole entire thing with him. Even moving him to tight end, like I would have him in the backfield. I would hand the ball off to him sometimes, let him get that 3 yards of head of steam and just kind of plow through people that way. I just think that they overthink kind of how they use him, and they overcomplicate it. And the thing with him is he's going to end his whole tenure here is a guy that I think just never quite has the right mix of plays for him. When he went to quarterback, I don't think they lean far enough into designing it specifically for him. And now that he's in this other position, I don't think that they're being creative enough with him. And every week, Pete Carmichael comes up and I ask him, like, hey, what's the deal with Taysom? How come you can't get him more carries? And he's just like, we got to do a better job of that. I just don't get why it's more complicated than just saying, okay, we're going to get Taysom the ball on first and second down. Like, just give him the ball, then he has the ball, and it's not as complicated as it has to be. But they like the certain situations, and they feel like they need to be in certain positions to do it. And I just don't think it needs to be as hard as they make it out to be.
Give him the ball, then he has the ball. Oh, wow. Novel concept there, Nick. I agree. How about this? Right now in New Orleans football, one of the kind of tantalizing headlines here is, and this is something we actually touched on a bit earlier with the cleats and everything, is the impact the equipment staff had on this game. What did you find out about how the equipment staff got this team ready for that 6-degree weather?
Yeah, Mike Triplett talked to them guys and just kind of went through the process of what they had to do and having to buy thousands of hand warmers and toe warmers and feet warmers and all this stuff, and just kind of being prepared for a type of game that they never thought they were actually going to have to play in. And I think a lot of that stuff really is key, and they do a great job. I mean, that staff is kind of prepared for all contingencies, and they always have them prepared. And even when Sean was the head coach, and there was just kind of the extreme emphasis on having the right footwear and everything, they always had the options, and if guys had to change out, they had other types of spikes they could wear. So it's just kind of being prepared for everything. And, in a game like that, where it is so far out of your elements and you're kind of in a really tough situation, they're kind of the unsung heroes of that game. So, I think just their preparation and making sure the team was prepared to handle it and not get beat by the cold, it was really, step one of winning this game.
So one thing that's kind of lost in the shuffle here a bit, Nick, was that Alvin Kamara tied, I believe, the franchise record for touchdowns on Sunday. Is that correct, right? I believe he tied Marcus Colston's franchise record. What is Alvin Kamara's kind of current role, future form with this team? Yeah, I know that we kind of hope the addition of the weapons of the offseason would seem to unlock him this year. I don't know that that's happened. How do you view Alvin Kamara as he stands today?
I hate how they use him. I mean, I'm just honestly, like, every week I see something that's just like so frustrating. I mean, like, just look at third downs, for instance. He's playing 62% of them this year. Last year it was like 81%. And it's not, I thought it was because of the blitz pickup, because he's allowed some pressures. And the Tampa game was a good example of that. He allowed one and then he kind of lost some snaps. And I think that one was maybe directly correlated to punishment. But overall, throughout the season, if you look in the games where he was active, he's playing the highest percentage of third downs well lined up as a running back in the backfield. So it can't just be because of the blitz pickup. So you start digging a little bit deeper. Okay, where is he losing the snaps? And you look around at it, he has played 7 snaps at a receiver position on third down the whole season. Going back to previous seasons, it's like 35, 40. He's getting a lot of plays in the slot, a lot of plays on the outside. They've just stopped doing that, period. So in that other 40% of the snaps on third downs, that's where he's losing his plays. And it's crazy to me because he has 99 catches in his career, well lined up in one of those receiver positions. 45 of them have gone for a first down. That feels like something you could do on third down. And especially in a game like, this last one, again, they aren't passing the ball a lot, but last year, you have receiver injuries. It feels like there's room for him to operate there. It would seem like it would be the opposite when they had Willie Snead and Mike Thomas and all these guys. It seems like it would be harder for him to get snaps in those positions. And now it seems like it should be easier, and it's not. But you're kind of down that slot receiver this year. And granted, he's not Jarvis Landry or anything like that, but get him out there and use him, get him the ball in space. Those wheel routes that he used to run from there, the one in the Vikings playoff game, and he hit it a couple times throughout his career. Like, that's a great play for him, but they just aren't doing that this year. And the creativity with him, and you start looking at the screens, he isn't getting screen passes anymore. Like, just some of the options of creativity, getting him the ball in space, have just kind of completely dissipated. And, I think you can kind of look at his career and 17, 18, 19. I think we all would have sat here and said he's on a Hall of Fame path. I think he's kind of been taken out of that the last couple of years, just with kind of how the offense is, injuries, different factors. But, part of it is just kind of where the team's at, how they're using them, who the quarterbacks are. Andy Dalton was supposed to be the guy that comes in and unlocks them. And, really it's kind of more of a scheme issue than anything right now. Like, he just doesn't have the same opportunities that he used to have. If I were him, I'd be frustrated. I would be extremely frustrated with the situation and kind of the way he's being used. But he's kind of a team first guy. Doesn't really think of it like that. He's been positive every time you talk to him about it, on the record, off the record. But I could see someone becoming frustrated in that situation.
Yeah, definitely got to get him going because he is a definite weapon for the Saints. Hey, as I'm looking around, obviously, Nick, the season hasn't gone like we all thought it would go, but you start to look for bright spots. And I know technically they still can make the postseason, but let's say they don't. Rashid Shaheed's somebody that I think can be a very big bright spot for this team. I don't think he's out there making plays because nobody is covering him or nobody knows who he is. I mean, at this point, he's out there making plays with people knowing what he can do right now, young in his career. So it seems like a player that they kind of found a diamond in the rough, obviously coming from Weber State. Like, what do you think his future can be with this team? Because I think it's more than just the Saints are out of it. They're just throwing bodies out there.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I mean, just this last game, that one play on the out route where he kind of like adjusted it so he had the opportunity to get yards after the catch is just really a play that they haven't been getting all season. So yeah, I don't think it's just a thing where it's by default he's getting the ball because there's nobody else on the team. I think he's somebody that can be sort of like a legitimate weapon for them. Now, I think they're missing that kind of big bodied type of receiver that you do need to run the underneath stuff and just kind of make those contested catches. But you kind of look at like Kansas City last year. They got, and look, I'm not comparing these guys to Tyreek Hill and who's the other guy? Hardman, or is that it? Yeah,
McCall.
Yeah. So they had the two burners, and then they have Kelsey. Like, you can have two really fast guys. You just need that big body guy. But look, I think they would have to change their offense a little bit to take advantage of the skill set of him and Olave with their ability to get down the field. Like right now, they're kind of like a team that's just has to execute their way down the field in 10, 12, 15 play drives. And Tampa's kind of the same way. And that's just not the way football is kind of being played anymore. Like, the better offenses are explosive plays. And it's sort of like the NBA, like when the Warriors all of a sudden start shooting threes and you see this transition through the league and now everybody's doing it. Like, these offenses are kind of still taking elbow jumpers a little bit and trying to play in a way that's just not how the league is going. So I think they got to find a way to unlock that. If those two guys are going to be the identity of the offense and be a big part of the passing game, like they have to get down the field.
Nick, am I off base here? It sounds like there's an undercurrent with you, an undercurrent of frustration with Pete Carmichael. And in a year where it feels like, Dennis Allen, you probably run it back. The team is playing hard for them. They winners of 2 in a row now. Saints, just from what we know how they operate, they probably run it back. But the coordinators are not necessarily safe. Are you frustrated with Carmichael?
I think they got to do things a little bit differently on offense for sure. I mean, the Alvin stuff just kind of speaks for itself. The second and 10 runs, stuff like that speaks for itself. And, I don't know if it's all Pete Carmichael, though. Like, that might have been, I think their idea coming into the season was protect the ball, don't turn it over, play defense, don't lose games on offense. But that doesn't work. I mean, it just doesn't work in the league anymore. I mean, people love to say stuff like, you got to run the ball in the playoffs and you got to be this in the playoffs. But the teams that win now are pass-first offenses. The Chiefs, the Bills, Philadelphia. Like, these are the teams that are winning in the league right now. The Bengals got there that way. I mean, obviously you got to be able to run the ball to some extent, but you have to be able to throw it. You got to be able to get explosive plays. I haven't looked at it. I would guarantee the Saints are in the bottom third in the league in explosive plays. I would guarantee Tampa is down there, and you just see the similar frustrations with those offenses, and it is just so hard to score points. Like, it's just so hard, especially when you don't have Drew Brees being the guy that's kind of popping your way down the field. Like, you can do it with him, you can do it with prime Tom Brady, but when you're kind of don't have those players and you have these guys that can run 4-3 on the outside, having your offense kind of not predicated on play action shot plays and stuff like that, I don't think it makes sense. So if they were to bring him back, I think you got to just have a talk about what you're going to do. How are we going to play offense? Are we going to try to become more explosive? Are we going to be creative with Alvin Kamara? Because he became like an extremely high paid player, not because he runs the ball between the tackles, excellently. It's because he can do all this other stuff. And you take that out, and now he's an overpaid running back that averages 3.9 yards per carry. I think it's just, you got to use these players to their strengths. And I don't know that they're using the offensive players to their full strength, Taysom included in there. So, I think it's frustrating to watch your offense. I think it has been all year. Last year I thought it was frustrating too, but for different reasons. This year it's kind of like a little bit of the stuff from last year. Plus, why aren't you doing this with Alvin? Some of it just kind of seems like they're overthinking it.
Yeah, you have better personnel this year, and yet you haven't unlocked how you were expecting to this entire. Real quick here, Nick, we've kept you long. Last thing, you can go as quick as you want. Any Sean Payton to the Broncos, potentially Broncos firing Nathaniel Hackett? That seemed to be. I don't think there's any legitimate saying this is happening. It just seems to be people being like, oh, well, that would make sense for Denver to just basically say, Sean, we'll pay you 100, however much money you need to come here and try to save us.
I think it'd be tough to, if I were Sean, I'm just speaking as if like I'm Sean Payton, I'm looking at the options. I think it would be tough to throw him with Russell Wilson right now, just kind of the way things are going with him. I also think Denver would probably have to fire their GM. I think Sean wants to be tied to his GM, and I think that GM, if he ends up somewhere, I kind of think it's going to end up being Jeff Ireland. If I had to bet on any of the possible open situations, like I don't see the Chargers opening up. Cowboys, you never know. If that one opens up, I think there's a decent chance of it. I like Arizona. Like if I were him, I would be looking at the Arizona situation. And I wouldn't say that for any coach, but a coach like Sean that kind of has full control, commands respect. I think him and Kyler Murray could be really good for each other. I think Sean, especially for Kyler Murray, I think he needs that type of player. And I know Sean really, really liked him coming out of college. Now things have kind of changed a little bit with how they did his contract, and the impression of him is a little bit different. But I think that's a decent situation. And you could kind of go in, not have a ton of expectations next year. You kind of set your culture. Murray's hurt for a little bit. And a year from, 24, I think is a season where you go kind of all in. You got a good draft pick then, because next season's probably not great. And I just kind of like that spot for him out of all the ones that seem possible of opening up. But look, I also don't think it's, I don't think it could be in the cards for him to come back and do TV too. None of these situations are necessarily great. So, and barring a surprise one, I think Arizona is probably going to end up being his best option.
Nick Underhill at Nick_Underhill on Twitter. New Orleans on Football is the site. They do incredible work. Nick, thank you so much, man. How was your Christmas outside of not being able to make the games? All good?
Yeah, everything was great. Hope you guys had a good one too.
Hell yes, man. Excited to see what New Orleans on Football has planned for 2023. You have a great day, man. You too. All right. When we get back, let's talk a little Pelicans with the host of the Flock Up podcast. That's Mari. Coming up next here on OTB.
OTB, OT.
Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. The dealership's so nice. I've joined it twice, soon to be thrice. As the lease is up. You got to figure out what I want. Not sure yet. But the point is, I know. Well, it's great to have peace of mind that you know you're going to be satisfied, right? And that's what I get from All-Star Toyota. Toyotathon is still going on right now. If you want to check out some of the incredible deals, go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. You can chat with people live right there on the website, or you just go in and see them off of Airline Highway. But whether you want to buy new, used, you need to rent for a trip, a Disney trip, whatever the case may be, All-Star's there for you. Airline Highway, All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Yeah, no matter if you're buying, leasing, or renting, they are the place to go. The full fleet is available in everything they do, certainly in buying a new vehicle, but also if you're looking to lease, everything is available. If you're looking to rent, the full fleet is available. So if you need something bigger for a trip, if you need something better on gas mileage for a trip, they've got you covered per day rental prices. Check it out all online, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Winter can be magical. The Mercedes-Benz Winter Event is here, and there's no better time to check out our new Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge inventory. We have the vehicles that can make your holiday extraordinary. See all the latest technological features on the newest models during our Mercedes-Benz Winter Event. Shop our best of the best award-winning dealership. Visit mbobr.com.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the
Me, Jimmy Out and Mike Delicano for the Tuesday edition of Game Time presented by Bet Rivers. We're at Dozy Place on Government Street in the heart of Mid-City. Game Time presented by Bet Rivers, 6 to 8 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
We were all down at Margie's bar, telling stories if we had one. Someone fired the old jukebox up. The song it sure was a sad one. Teardrop rolled down Bubba's nose from the pain the song was inflicting. And all at once he jumped to his feet, just like somebody kicked him. Bubba shot the jukebox last night. He said it played a sad song, it made him cry. Went to his truck and got a 45.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
I like this.
It's a banger.
Yeah, it's great. I can drink some beers for that, Bo. Do a little line dancing.
Oh, Mark Chestnut, Bo. Got a couple bangers.
Does Lainey Wilson make good music?
Yeah. Oh.
I've never heard her music. She's been going viral lately.
She sings that song about half my hometown didn't make it out or something.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Very famous country song.
I don't know anything about country music.
This is Mark Chestnut. This is like 90s. This is a go-to banger.
I did like that Lainey has a good sense of humor because she tweeted out a picture making it look like she had like a CDL license, right? Or whatever license you need to drive a dump truck, which was, very well done. Very self-aware, very well done.
Yeah. The thing,
Louisiana native, right?
She is. The thing about the artist who sings this song, Mark Chestnut, you would swallow his hand if you shook his hand. Very tiny hands.
Really?
Yeah, very tiny hands.
How does he play the guitar?
I don't know. He does it, though.
Because even mine sometimes can be a bit tough to hit some of the chords I'm trying to hit.
Yeah. I can
Not
see
like
that.
Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix's hands are so big that to play the top E, he just would wrap his thumb around.
Yeah.
And play like that. I guess for him it was actually the higher pitch bottom E because he flipped it upside down.
I'm telling you, go down a Mark Chestnut rabbit hole when you get home, Bo.
We got Willy Wonka on here in the studio. I'm watching this charlatan, Grandpa Joe, suddenly gained the ability to walk once again. Despite the fact he's just been sitting in the bed for 18 years, stinking up the house. All of a sudden, Charlie gets a golden ticket. Grandpa Joe's skipping around, dancing, all happy.
Like, what the hell, Grandpa?
Yeah. Charlie, I'm healed.
You got bed sores.
Yeah, exactly.
I get a golden ticket.
Man.
You pop up like you're Usain Bolt.
Literally swinging on the bedpost, dude. Come on.
Yeah, I never noticed that till just now. Now I'm kind of angry at Grandpa.
I wonder how bad their living room smells.
Oh.
It's not great. Everybody probably pee in the bed. It sucks, man. That's a rough spot. Yeah. Probably got way better after you got the chocolate factory, though. So shout out Charlie. Yeah. Oh, man, why am I blanking on the Willy Wonka's actor's name?
Gene Wilder?
Yeah, shout out Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
As well. Pelicans, don't look now, boys. It's kind of funny how I take this for granted because preseason this still would have been insane, but the New Orleans Pelicans just casually sitting here at second place in the West. Second place in the West still, right? 4-game losing streak, didn't matter. Come right back, 3-game winning streak. Missing all your best players, doesn't matter. Something got to play. Jackson Hayes hasn't played, doesn't matter. Najee Marshall starting lineup, doesn't matter. All they do is win. Even last night, beating the Pacers by 20. That's a Pacers team that entering the night was above 500, 17-16. Now 500 overall. It's just crazy how quickly and legitimately good this Pelicans team has become. Now they're obviously much better home, 14-4 in the blender. So I always like that because they're 7-8 on the road. But I love that because if you're a fan and you are committing your discretionary income to going to watch them, you are being rewarded far more often than not. And that's a great feeling as a fan when you know that if you buy tickets for this game, that most likely you are going to leave that stadium happy. Now, like I said, I did not really watch any of the games over the Christmas break. I didn't watch a lot of sports, to be completely honest. Mar, what were your biggest takeaways over this 3-game stretch? Beating the Spurs by 9, the OT win against the Thunder, and the 20-point dub against the Pacers.
I think just some of the individual performances. I mean, given how many injuries the Pelicans have right now, and unfortunately it got worse over the weekend. Now Herb Jones is in health and safety protocols.
But that's like COVID stuff, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
COVID stuff. I think Trey Murphy was dealing with a non-COVID illness, but either way, something's going around. And whether it's C.J. McCollum, who is a starter with the 40 points, like it was nice to see him still, able to have a game like that. Then what Jackson Hayes did against Oklahoma City. Then what Najee freaking Marshall did, man, against the Pacers last night. Like I've been high on that guy for a while. It was nice to see him kind of round out his skills coming into this year because before it was just defense. Now he's shooting, he's making passes. Yes, I'm patting myself on the back.
No, you couldn't help
last
it.
night,
You couldn't help it. Can't give credit to Najee.
Last night was
Mario Fernandez.
Last night was a culmination of that, so that was nice to see. The Pelicans, in my opinion, one of the deepest, if not the deepest teams in the NBA.
They are. And you could take a look at, like, Jackson Hayes being on the very end of your bench.
Yeah.
And then you call upon him. And then, like, in the game against the Thunder, he had 21 points, right? Like, not a lot of teams. He had 6 boards, 4 assists. To Mario's point, not a lot of teams can call to the end of their bench and get that production. Like, even Willie Hernan-Gomez, like, he doesn't play really at all. He played 10 minutes, actually 9 minutes against the Thunder. He comes in, he gives you 5 points, 6 boards in
Euro
9
MVP.
minutes. So, like, there's just not a lot of teams that have that. Like, even, Lewis got some action last night. Temple got some action. It's the deepest team. Not saying it's the best team, but deepest team, to your point, I think, in the NBA, because you can go to the very end of the bench and you can get productive. Like, the last 3 guys on your bench, you've got Temple, who's played 15 years in the NBA, like a veteran vet. And then you've got guys that were first-round picks in Lewis and Hayes.
Yep.
Like, there's just not a lot of teams that can do that. And they're not playing because they're bad players. They just, right now, they're not better than the starting option.
And Kyrie Lewis scoring his first points in what, like 380-something days? So congratulations to him, man. I know it's been a long road getting back from injury for sure. Mario, you have something you want to say?
Got to be really impressed with Hayes, I think, in particular. This is now the 3rd time he's lost his spot in the rotation, got minutes again somehow, and made the most out of them. And like Hester was saying, he's kind of the odd man out with Zion being back because Jonas has been great. Larry Nance has been great, so it's hard to find him minutes. But I think he's doing a really good job just showing how much of a professional he is.
Yeah.
A lot of Pelicans fans, without knowing him, have kind of called into question his character. He got into some trouble over the offseason a couple years ago. Now whenever he warms up, he shoots a lot of threes, which people don't like because he says he's not taking that shot in the game. But he really showed some professionalism, I think, by being ready in Oklahoma on Saturday night and having the game that he had.
Injury updates on Zion.
Zion is.
He was good to go from the sickness.
Yes, he. I believe last time I saw he was doubtful for the next game, but we'll see. We'll see if that updates.
What about Brandon Ingram? The reevaluation. Where are we at?
He's still week to week, unfortunately, and we haven't gotten the update for this week yet. So hopefully soon. Last update they said was he was going to miss at least the next 2 games, and it's been 3 games since then. So we should get an update really soon.
Okay. Here's to hoping. But yeah, still second in the West despite all that.
Hey, one of the things we were talking about Jackson Hayes, we're talking about Nance, and you're talking about Valanciunas. Like every NBA team, like that's a contender, kind of has a big man that can be different, right? And you have 3 options to be able to bring onto the court. So I think that's one of the things that's going in the Pelicans' direction. That's a favorable matchup for them. Is you do have 3 bigs that you can. It might one night one might play 7 minutes. The next night, if they're playing a different team, they could play 27 minutes.
Yeah.
And you have to have the right mentality to be able to handle that. And it looks like those guys have that mentality. They understand what role they're going to fill with the team. Like we've seen it. Like Valanciunas is somebody that, like against certain teams and certain matchups, they're not, the best matchup for him. And so that's when you bring in Larry Nance. And it seems like this team has the right chemistry to be able to handle that and be okay with it. Because there's a lot of teams, and T, this playing as long as you did, there's a lot of teams that even though it's best for the team, it's still going to be a problem because you're like, wait a minute, I'm the guy. Like I was a top 100 NBA player coming into the season. But there's just not a lot of that on this Pelicans team, which you have to have. If you do have a team that's going to be this deep, sometimes those minutes only can go so far, and you have to understand that.
It's amazing what you can accomplish as a team if you can get people to forego ego. And it's a fine line, right? Because you do need some form of ego, right? Like CJ needs to be like, you know what? I know I have to score 40 tonight. I'm going to go score 40. But yeah, the Pelicans have hit a very it's a tough needle to thread, hitting that perfect alchemical mix of alphas, people willing to sacrifice their alpha personality for the greater good for the team, and the dividends are obvious, right? The results. Just look at it. You're second in the West. And we're nearly halfway through the season. That's unreal.
And at the end of the day, you got to coach all that. No matter what lineup you put out there, Willie Green seems to have a good strategy, a good game plan for every single night. And he's really built off of the first season he's had as Pelicans head coach. Barely got him in the playoffs, did some good things. Now you're on pace to hopefully have home court in the first round of the NBA playoffs, if not better.
When we get back, more OTB. Hey, do want to remind you, Jake, I already got a couple of bets in today. It is bowl season. It's also like if you want to bet NBA, you can. If you want to bet NHL, you can. The World Cup's unfortunately over, but Boxing Day was yesterday. I hope you had some good EPL bets there, Jake. And then if you want to bet on the bowl games today, DraftKings is there for you, the DraftKings Sportsbook app. What you got? You got a parlay for us?
No, but I'm going to put that together. But I will say one thing that I did yesterday that we've not really talked about. Like yesterday, the Chargers were only -3.5 against the Colts. Like, that's an easy bet. Like, sure, I want to take that bet. But I felt way more confident in my Bolts than -3.5. And so I went to the alternate spread, and I jacked it up to -16.5.
Damn.
Felt really good about the Bolts. Colts, bad team. Nick Foles hadn't played all year. The Colts, after that devastating loss to the Vikings, and they let them come back, they weren't going to be ready to play. So I jacked it up, got +375 odds.
Is that the first time that you've ever had faith in the Bolts and they actually came through for you?
Yes. But it's really something that I didn't even really think about. Like, even if you want to parlay that, like if you feel really good, like say it's 3.5, and you're like, I think a touchdown is more accurate here. You can juice that up to -6.5, and then you can do 3 of those, and that's a huge parlay. So that's something I did yesterday, T, that I hadn't done yet on DraftKings.
Hell yeah, man. DraftKings Sportsbook app. Download it today. Promo code Baton Rouge.
21 or older, physically present in Louisiana. Availability varies by parish. Eligibility restrictions apply. Minimum $5 deposit. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full terms and conditions. Licensee partner Golden Nugget, Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-770-STOP. 7867.
All right. When we get back here on OTB, we got some more talking. We got Ask the Bench coming up after that. Keep it locked.
OTB. OT.
Go to Riverlands Insurance. Riverlands Insurance. Merry Christmas from the email family. Thomas and Megan, getting your insurance situation right. I don't care if it's home, business, auto, renters, any kind. Okay, here at Riverland, you were talking about Riverland. You were talking about a Louisiana company, one of the fastest growing insurance companies in the South. In fact, the largest progressive writer in Louisiana. But it's not just progressive, okay? They shop all the companies. They find you the best policy. And I mean the best, Jake, not the cheapest, but the best from a money to coverage ratio. And they're going to save you money. And all you do is give them a little information. So Jake will give you a cell phone number. Call up Thomas today. Let him save you hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, not many times can you get that type of, largest progressive, and obviously they write, numerous different things, and also get a cell phone number. right? I mean, usually that's going to be a mom and pop, but you get the best of both worlds with Riverlands. And Thomas's cell phone number, by the way, 225-206-1517. Again, 225-206-1517.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
A third of youth who grow up in foster care are homeless 18 months after aging out of care. But you can rewrite that story. Children and youth with CASA and GAL volunteers are more likely to find safe, permanent homes. Change a child's story. Become a volunteer today.
Louisiana. It's a place defined by culture, by pride, by passion, by people who do more than love this place. They celebrate it, elevate it, champion it. They are the individuals who embody what makes Louisiana great. The companies that make Louisiana a better place to work and live. The nonprofits leading transformational change in our communities. Champions of Louisiana are all around us, and LWCC is proud to celebrate them because we've always been Louisiana loyal, supporting the workers, the innovators, the change agents of this great place we call home. Who are the champions around you? Together, we can share their stories. Together, we can help our home state thrive. Together, we are Louisiana loyal. Always.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning.
Matt Moscona from all of us here at AFR. We're wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday season. We're going to take off for the long weekend and be back on Tuesday ready to talk for AFR 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Welcome back to Off the Bench. Hope you had a great day. Holiday, that is. Jake, starting today, what do we get? A full slate of bowl games every day. How about that? How about that? Anything jump off the page to you today? And I need you to go ahead and make that parlay that you keep promising our listeners and not following through on.
Oh, I thought we still had like almost 20 minutes left in the show.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, won't we?
All right. I'll do it right now.
Oh, see, that's what you gotta do sometimes. Just gotta prod the old
Actually,
alpha
no,
a little bit.
I'm not
and now, now that I mentioned that, I felt like I'm manipulative now.
Can't let you be the alpha. That's not how this works.
Yeah.
I'll do it later.
Yeah, which I knew he was gonna do that as well, folks. So you see, I stayed ahead at both times. So now, if you really want to go unexpected take, now you have to give the picks again, since I knew the double flip was coming.
Sure you did.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one line that is a little.
Okay, here we go.
The Ticket Smarter Birmingham Bowl.
Yeah.
Coastal Carolina, East Carolina. Coastal Carolina, 9-3. Grayson McCall is actually playing in this bowl game.
Really?
Even though he's in the transfer portal.
Interesting.
But they don't have their head coach. You're a big fan, Jamie Chadwell. He's now at Liberty.
Lame.
East Carolina 7-5. East Carolina is a full touchdown favorite in this one.
So Grayson McCall is playing because Coastal's been not
that
good
is
lately
the word
without him.
on the street. I'll double check the last minute info here because it's college football, so who the hell knows?
I don't really know what to make of East Carolina. I'm kind of intimidated by him because no, touchdown's a lot. A touchdown is a lot. The one time I saw East Carolina play though this year was at opening weekend when we watched them against NC State. I've not checked in on the Pirates.
I knew that.
Yeah.
Without knowing it, I knew that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Grayson McCall's playing tomorrow. And it's kind of been a little bit of a surprise because, again, he is in the portal. But I'm seeing it's been confirmed. So unless something crazy happens, he's going to be in that game. That's a big difference maker for Coastal Carolina. So I like Coastal to cover that 7-point spread. If you can get it with a hook, I mean, that's even better. But I still like it at 7 because you're basically getting that hook from 6.5. Memphis and Utah State in the First Responder Bowl. Memphis, again, a touchdown favorite. I'll take a look at that one. Don't know a ton about Memphis right now. Utah State, obviously, much better than they were.
What's the one thing y'all think about when you think about Utah State? It's still Jordan Love for me, right? I don't know if I think about anything else except for Jordan Love.
How about all I got, too?
Can't think of another Utah State player off top.
That's what I'm saying.
I know Blake Anderson, the coach. He came from Arkansas State, but I can't give you much else. The Guaranteed Rate Bowl, I think Wisconsin.
Great brands here.
Wisconsin, Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State doesn't have their quarterback. Neither does Wisconsin, but Graham Mertz hasn't been great. Jim Leonard's still sticking around to coach the bowl game, even though he's going to move on in the future. Spencer Sanders makes Oklahoma State a different team. When he's been out, they've been bad. So I think I like Wisconsin, even though you have a hook here at 3.5. So far, I do like Wisconsin. I like Coastal. Georgia Southern, I agree with your other co-host, Aaron Murray, on that one. Buffalo's been hit or miss. I don't know about Memphis, Utah State. I'm going to have to do some digging and give you the pick right before we go off air.
Yeah, okay, sounds good. There we go. So we will get Jake's parlay play coming next. Beginning of the Luke Fickell era in Wisconsin. I'm going to judge him. If they don't win this bowl game, I think Luke Fickell's going to be a
He's
failure.
not coaching, so that's
really he is, though. He's head coach. You look it up right now, who's head coach?
For this game, Jim Leonard.
No, it's Luke Fickell. Google Wisconsin head coach right now.
For the bowl game.
No, let's see what it says. Let's see. Here we go. Wisconsin head coach. Luke Fickell. Bam, right there. Internet never told a lie. Look. Hey.
Oh, Jim Leonard.
Check me.
It says Jim Leonard.
It says people also. No, that's a lie. No, that's a lie. It actually says Jim Leonard nowhere on this page. You almost tricked me. Well done.
Yeah.
When we get back, let's do a little Ask the Bench.
OTB, OT.
Hey, look, I hope you made it through the freeze all right. And for those of you who did not, I hope they used Central Plumbing. Because as we told you, over the holiday weekend, they were staffed up, inventoried up, and ready to go for all of your burst pipes. Maybe you're someone who took advantage of the preventative measures that Central Plumbing can do. Either way, if anything goes wrong, still, you already know your one-stop plumbing shop, the people that have been doing it for nearly 50 years, they're the ones to call. It's 925-8552. Everybody's licensed, monitored, flat rate pricing, great warranty once the work is done. I love them. You will too. CentralPlumbing.org, CentralPlumbing.org.
Yeah, the situation that we've been dealing with the freeze is not something that we're used to, certainly in this many days in a row. So hopefully you made it through. But if you didn't, like T-Bob said, Central Plumbing is the only place to call. Again, 225-925-8552. Also, check them out online, centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
My dad just really enjoyed his life, and he enjoyed smoking cigars and thought he was invincible. My stepdad quit smoking, and he really felt like he was in the clear. Sorry. I wish they would have been screened annually. It's not just you affect, it's your entire family.
For more information on Ochsner's free smoking cessation program and to see if you qualify for early lung screenings, visit ochsner.org/quit.
Winter can be magical. The Mercedes-Benz Winter Event is here, and there's no better time to check out our new Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge inventory. We have the vehicles that can make your holiday extraordinary. See all the latest technological features on the newest models during our Mercedes-Benz Winter Event. Shop our best of the best award-winning dealership. Visit mbobr.com.
Service Mastery Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Mastery Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Mastery Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
Me, Jimmy Out and Mike Delicano for the Tuesday edition of Game Time presented by Bet Rivers. We're at Dozy Place on Government Street in the heart of Mid-City. Game Time presented by Bet Rivers, 6 to 8 p.m. on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Come on and listen to more Off the Bench every single day. Subscribe to the OTB Overtime channel, Full Strength Pelicans. Subscribe to Off the Bench as well. Ollie Gay, not playing in the bowl game, Jake. Who gets those minutes?
Davion Jones?
Yeah. Full Savion game.
Yeah.
Who else?
You better strap up. You might be playing some Iron Man football here. Yeah, so that's another positive of the new rule. that it doesn't count towards playing in a game, and so your red shirt can stay intact.
Huh.
Wiggins also going to get some snaps there at edge.
Yeah.
Because B.J. Ojulari not playing in the game. Now, obviously, you have Harold Perkins that can come spell you there as well. Desmond Little in the transfer portal.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, but look, Purdue's got guys left and right as well. That's what bowl season is now. Certainly at major university, it's who do you have left. Now, if LSU can play a bowl game with John Trey, Drew Brees, Kirkland at quarterback, they can play figuring out edge.
Fair. Time for Ask the Bench. Brought to you by Cold Curse Light, Vizzy Art Seltzer, and Blue Moon Light Sky, Citrus Sweet, Hunt Palmers, and a Jake. Are we going T-shirt over a hoodie?
We always go T-shirt over a hoodie. Always.
Come on.
A big staple of mine there, Hoot.
I like a jersey over a hoodie quite a bit.
I do too. So it's like, the hoodie is great, but it's kind of like wearing a vest. Like the core's got to stay a little bit warmer. A big hoodie under a T-shirt.
Well, surely that's just a purely aesthetic decision, right? Like you're not actually looking for functional warmth from the additional T-shirt, are we?
A little bit.
Feels like a stretch.
Why, though? What's the difference between that and a vest?
Well, because like a vest is normally it's like Patagonia, and it's like all like thick and goose feathery.
No, man, this is over my core. It's got 2 layers over the core, only 1 layer on the arms.
Technically true.
Science.
It's a thin layer, but technically
It's
true.
still science.
It still is. That is fair. I'll back down.
Yeah. And Hunt, I don't really own a polo, so I can't do anything for you
This
there.
is it. Next step for Mario. The chain and watch look great. Throw a black T-shirt on instead of a collar shirt.
Yeah, the collar's got to go away.
Rolling in the women, baby.
Yeah, the collar's got to go.
Ask the Bench. Attend emo night at Chelsea's or go play someplace else for New Year's Eve. I mean,
Look,
if you like
you're
emo
asking
music,
you're asking someone with 4 children where to go on New Year's Eve. I've got nothing for you. That is a Danny question.
Fair. Hashtag OTB. Care level for the bowl game: high, medium, or low? High for me. I told you. I called this a must-win. You cannot go 9-5. You cannot lose to a Purdue team that doesn't have their coach and doesn't have their quarterback. You need 10 wins here in year 1 of Brian Kelly. You need to erase the bad feelings of the last couple of weeks, especially A&M. No, this is a must-win for LSU here. So I'm saying very high. Wait, Danny, do you have any insight on the previous question? Would you go to emo night or somewhere else?
Somewhere else.
Okay. Mario?
I would go to emo night.
Yep.
By the way, I found out there's another Shrek rave in March.
I was just about to ask you about the Shrek rave.
I'm not the biggest emo.
Ask the Bench. River Center sold out for the last ice hockey game next weekend. Should Baton Rouge bring back the Kingfish permanently? Look, you'll never get me to say, no, don't bring more sports to the city, right? Now, I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to go, God, look how gray my beard looks here, Jake. I'm not. It's been happening when the light hits it a little bit. I'm starting to go a little bit.
Better get that just for men,
This
outlaw.
actually looks like when I went as Santa for my neighborhood a few years ago, and I dyed it gray, and it looks so creepy. I kind of like it. I feel like a man. Come here, son. Huh? Why'd you do that? You know you're not supposed to stick anything up there.
You're supposed to go to academbr.com.
Now we gotta go to the emergency room.
It's cold. Make sure that heater's working.
I have to go inside if you can take that out.
br.com.
OTB. OT.
We get it done with strength, commitment, dedication. Great.
We get it done with passion for our fans
And love for our community.
We are the Tigers.
Get it done.
Let the values of the purple and gold be in your starting lineup this season. And as always, get it done.
Cornwall Toyota in Opelousas is here to help you ring in the new year with no markups, and you'll never pay over MSRP. And we have new inventory arriving daily. So Happy New Year from our Corvell Toyota family to yours.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, E-Tel, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Light beer shouldn't taste like water. Miller Lite has more taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time.